Hi, guys. It's your pontiff, Archibald Chesterfield the Third, AC3. Guys, we're about to start the show. We're starting the show, and we want to talk wristwatches. What's happening? I wanted today's topic, the economy. Don't worry. Nothing, let me just say this to you. Nothing is forever. Marriages, uh, youth, nothing stays forever. We lose it. The thing is, with a beautiful watch, what are you going to do? Watch collecting and selling excess. Speaking of excess, here is Saad. Hello, Saad. How are you?
Hello, Archie. Just wanted to ask you a question, Archie.
What's the meaning of life? Let me tell you. Let me run the intro and then we'll discuss the meaning of life. Mr. Saad Gandapol, the meaning of life. What is the question for today?
Archie, what are you most proud of yourself, about yourself?
I gotta tell you, that's a really good question. What am I most proud of?
Yes.
I'm most proud of the kindness I've given other people.
What is your greatest accomplishment? Your
Greatest
greatest.
accomplishment is helping somebody. I'll tell you that that's actually a really good question. It's not money. It's not a Mercedes Benz or a BMW or a Rolex or a Patek. The greatest accomplishment you can have is when somebody is in a sad situation and you have made them laugh. Does that make
What do
sense?
you want people to know about you, Archie?
I want them to be happy. I want them to be happy. I want them to be happy. That's what I want. I want
Ar-
them
Archie,
to
what
be
really
happy.
frustrates you, Archie?
So I've got to tell you this in all honesty. What I like to do is the best thing you can ever have in life is somebody who's going through very hard times. You've helped them. Do you understand what I'm saying? You want to
Yes.
help people who've gone through hard times. The best thing you can do is make those times easier for them. That is the ultimate.
But that's not the answer to my question. I'm saying what really frustrates you.
No, you said what is the proudest thing I'm happy for.
That
So,
is that was my question number two. I am now at number six.
okay, what's your question?
What really frustrates you?
Frustrates me? That's a good question. What really frustrates me is things that I see are wrong and I try to correct them, but it can't be changed.
What keeps you up at night, Archie?
What keeps me up at night? I'm actually pretty lucky. I like sleep. I love my sleep. But I can tell you this, what keeps me up? What makes me worry? I think that's what you're asking me. Obviously, your loved ones who don't go through a good process, who've taken bad decisions, that's always a difficult situation. The fact Pakistan is going through some very hard times, that keeps me up as well. There's poverty and struggle, and um, those are very sad things. And I'm also upset too. Imran Khan is in jail now. My God, I thought he was trying his best. I didn't think he was a great leader, but I didn't think he was terrible either.
Who is most important to you now, Archie?
Who is most important to me now? The fans and viewers are most important.
What makes your life feel purposeful?
I like to deliver content. I like to have an audience who wants to watch what we do and talk day dates, talk date just, talk watches, talk watch collecting and selling excess pieces. Do you have excess pieces you want to sell?
Yes, I am a one watch person now.
What?
Yes, Archie, I've learned this from you actually. The more watches you have sold, the more you have become now.
Look, I don't think less watches is the answer for everyone. You've got to work it out yourself. No, I think it depends on the person and what they want. Um, I am loving. I am loving the watches I have. Yes, I am. I am.
Archie, what brings you joy?
Sad, we're going around in circles now. What brings me joy? I tell you what brings me joy is having you on my streams. That
Super
brings
chat,
me
Archie.
great super chat. We got a first super chat of the night. This is from Toyota Mo Medium Legend. Now, Toyota Mo, we got the sign on the back of the wall there. That survived the berg. Okay, Toyota Mo, $5. AC3, General Sergeant Punters. Good evening, gentlemen. Thank you.
Good evening,
I,
Toyota Man.
I tell you what makes me happy, Sard, is I like to have some contentment in a small, humble collection. I no longer need the LV boxes. I enjoyed them when I owned them. They were beautiful. I loved them completely. But you know what, Sard? Things move on. You move on. And we got a super chat from Ron Chef. Ron Chef. Ron Chef. We've got thoughts on the Lange 410025. He says £68,000. Shall I buy? Wow, that's actually a good question. I'll tell you what I think. With Lange, you want to buy that stuff pre-owned. You want to buy that stuff pre-owned. Why? Because the problem with Lange is I'm not convinced they are super duper valuable. You know, I'm not convinced they're going to be the super investment. You want to take your time. You want to take it easy. That's what you want to do. You don't want to rush into these things because they're trying to push Lange as being look. I tell you this: a friend of mine bought a Lange World Time. You know what he paid for it? I'll tell you exactly what he paid for it. You know what he paid for it? Half of retail. So I got to be honest with you. He paid about $60,000 Australian. 60,000 Australian, right? And guess what? That was a platinum one. So he's asking me the question here. What do I think of it? Let's call this up. So this is a data graph. Now those numbers, I don't know those numbers, so I've got to type them in. I don't know.
I'll tell you the numbers,
So it's a
please.
data graph perpetual calendar. Top of the tree, absolute top of the tree. Now, as far as the price goes, oh, what happened here? Why isn't that? Is that up on this? Oh, here we go. Here we go. Data graph. We've got Mike the Snake joining us. Absolutely amazing. Look at this. It's a data graph. Perpetual calendar chronograph. That is the top of the tree. £68,000. £68,000. Look, you've got to do your Lange research on it there. There's one at Vintage Watch Co. How much is that? Let's have a look. Is that for sale? 148. Oh, it's out of stock. So they sold one 148 148000 AUD to GBH. They sold one for 77,000 pounds. 77 when they had it. Yours is 60. Hey, I'd say that's a good one. I hope box papers. Box papers, that's always important.
Condition is important.
I think that price is okay. I think that price is okay. Of course, condition's important. That's like
Eh?
that's so. But let's assume he hasn't given us much information. But
Yes, yes.
that seems reasonable. I don't think it's a bargain, but I'd say reasonable. Speaking of reasonable, we got the Snake on the stream now. Snake,
Archie,
you have fixed your aircraft in the corner there. What happened? You fixed it. It was on an angle. Now it's flying straight. What happened to the aircraft, Mikey?
Oh, I think it just twisted because my fan blew it around in a
So you
different
didn't
direction.
actually. You didn't
Archie,
do
when you
any.
when you give advice to people regarding these specialized brands such as Patek Philippe and Lange, do you
Yes,
also
sir.
tell them to do check whether the watches are recently serviced by the authorized dealers or not? Because that.
Well, I don't know how old this piece is.
Okay,
It's
sure.
look. A service on those watches are never cheap, but that's a dream, Lange. That's a dream watch. I'll be honest with you. Do you really want one of those? That's an amazing watch. That's a statement watch. That's an absolute statement watch. For me, yeah, I'd love one in the future. I love Rolex. Rolex is so usable, utilitarian. Utilitarian. I can just whack it on, off you go. My most delicate watch at the moment, Sard, is my JJ Lecoultre, the Reverso Grandate.
Yes.
That's a nice watch. I love that watch. That's a beautiful look. You got to decide yourself. How many watches? What watch do you have, Sard? What? Tell me this. What makes you happy, Sard?
When it comes to watches, to be honest with you, uh, one watch is enough.
What
But the
watch do
watch
you
should
have
be.
now? Have you sold your other ones?
No, I have few day dates, few date just, and a Daytona. But the thing is, Archie, the watch that you really love the most, I think if you have one watch which is according to your specification, I think that is enough. Now I have few date just I don't use. I have a Daytona I don't use. I have few day dates I don't use. The only day date I use is the one with green dial. That is my favorite. So
Mm.
so I actually follow your path. You had 8 9 watches and you always use 2 or 3 of them most of the time. Other remain in their boxes. So it was technically useless for you. Now you're wearing one blue sea all the time. So I think you're enjoying more of that now.
But don't you think, with Archie's show being a show about luxury watches, that cycling
That is
watches
why he's
through?
never told us not to stop collecting. He's always encouraged us to buy and enjoy
Of course.
watches. He's not going negative, but we are just analyzing and learning things from him. There are stages of
Yeah,
collecting,
no,
Mike.
we're
He's
learning
on the
through his
plateau now.
journey.
He
ABC's here.
yes.
ABC has
Uh,
joined the stream.
hello A B C D. You are now D also. D.
Hello.
I'll just be 1 minute. I'll just be one
Okay,
minute
no
there.
problem,
1 minute.
Archie.
Hello,
Now
Archie, Sard, Mike. How we doing?
all
Doing fine.
we are doing fine apart from Mike. He's not doing
What,
okay.
Why?
what's wrong, man?
He's upset.
You're,
Mike has
I'm
some
not
problem.
upset. I'm not
You
upset. I
you look like
don't
you
worry,
look
I'm not
upset.
Lux. I'm not Lux. It's okay. Don't need to be upset. I'm not Lux.
no.
Why do you look, Mike? By the way, Lux is not here. So, by the way, is it just because he comes from a poor family that is why you spit on him?
I don't
I
spit
mean,
on him. I
I
don't
mean,
dislike
I
Lux.
do spit on him. As Archie is not there, let's be frank now.
I
I do
don't spit
spit
on
on him.
anybody.
I
I
look
don't
down
spit on
upon him.
anybody.
I hate that guy. I spit on him. Do you also? We both are friends, so we can share our feelings together. I spit on that bastard.
Well,
Do you also?
I don't share those particular feelings with you, Sod. I actually enjoy
He's filth.
just
He's a fucking
everybody's
debris.
company.
He's a debris. I spit on that garbage piece of trash filth.
Um,
You,
honestly, I'm not a. If there's a reason
come on, Mike.
for anybody
Archie is not
to,
here. This is the only time we have. Just 30 more seconds. He's not here. Just tell me.
well,
Yeah.
I don't dislike Lux. I like Lux.
We know.
I will say
We
that.
both dislike him.
I
Yeah.
don't dislike him.
I
There's
can see
nobody
from your
that I
face.
really there's nobody I dislike.
But you said you dislike me. You have always told me that to the people that you disliked me.
No.
You don't lie to me, Mike. Don't lie.
Maybe in the very beginning, a long
No,
time
don't
ago, but
lie.
like lately, I've said nothing but positive things about you. In fact, you're one of my favorite people, Saad. I was asked who, if out of all of the people, who would I choose to take on as a roommate, and I chose you.
So are you
Really?
saying he's actually one of your
Really?
favorite characters on the
That's
show?
so nice of you, Mike.
What?
Wow, I'm so happy you made my day, man.
Yeah.
Really?
No, I mean, and I'm
You
serious.
want me to be with you?
Yeah.
So is he one of
No,
your favorite characters on the show, Mike? Yeah, is that what you're saying?
Saad is one of my favorite characters on the show by in every sense of the word. Even though
Mine too, actually.
by the
he's
way,
got my
one
playbook
thing why do you
on
hate
speed
Jimmy, my
dial.
cousin? Then why did you
Jimmy?
block him, Jimmy, my cousin?
Oh, Jimmy, I never blocked him.
You again lying?
No, if it happened by my hand, it was by complete accident.
So your
Um,
hand, you mean your hand is not with you? It's in somebody
well,
else's
no,
control.
you know the situation.
Come on, man.
Curly
Don't
was
joke around
trying
with
to get
me.
me to time somebody out just to go through the motions, learning the controls, and he said, "Just time anybody out. Just do it. And I actually tried to time
So they will
somebody
tell you
else out.
to eat poison, and then you will eat poison too, huh?
Here we go. Just 1 minute there. Calm down.
Yeah.
Hey, guys.
I
Okay.
do. I guess I
Nelson
do, Todd.
Oliveira, $20. Hi, Arch. Question for Saad. Have you bought your ticket for the US tour and visit with Mike the Snake? I'm waiting for your Google review on the trip. Mike the Snake can take you hunting.
Nelson, hope you're doing excellent. Yes, I'll do his blood test first. I want to see if he has some
Hello?
HIV and other problems. If he's all clean, all
Oh,
okay,
I'm
then I'll come.
100% clean.
Because
I
somebody told
went.
me that you have HIV infection.
Oh, that's a terrible thing to say, man. Come
No,
on.
no, somebody told. Archie, I actually bought spray. Archie, do you want me to show to the viewers?
Well, for
I have
starters,
it in my room.
let's just clarify something.
It-
HIV is no longer a death sentence, and in fact, they have
yeah,
treatment.
it's
They have
also
treatment.
herpes. I have herpes spray also with me. I'll
Yeah.
spray it on you, Mike, when I come there.
No, you better not. If you got herpes, I'll be.
No,
I'll
it's
be
with you.
upset about
It's
that.
for you, the herpes spray.
I don't have herpes. I've never had a cold sore or anything in my entire
Then
life.
why is your tongue swelling all the time?
It's not. I went shooting this morning. I'm very pleased. You want to?
Oh wow, very nice group.
This is at 200 yards.
You're again shooting, Mike. You have put patches on the shots, the flyers.
Well, those are the flyers as I was dialing my
You
scope.
cheat
in.
all out, Mike.
And
You think we are stupid or what?
no, those are. I clean my gun, and the gun always shoots flyers until it settles in. And then this is a 5-group shot, 2 bullets through the same hole, and this is at 200 yards, all within an
That's
inch
a
of each other.
really bad group. You have seen my group at 400 yards. It's one
No.
holer. I make one holes at 400 yards.
Well, it's not a match gun; it's a hunting gun. So it's
Even
not,
not still. I'm what caliber is that? 308. Oh, that's a nice watch.
270.
Nice,
Cartier.
Cartier. What is that? That's your
I mean,
roadster. Is that right?
I'm in the company of such
Roadster.
classy people. I thought I should wear my Cartier. And it's
That's
one of
a
the few
beautiful
watches
watch.
that Saad approves of.
Very beautiful, man. I really love this beautiful piece. Cartier reminds me of Archie. It's classy designer where this is all Archie. Armani, Dildo, Xenia, all these beautiful brands.
Actually,
Yeah. Hey,
to
we've
be
got
honest, it
JJ on the
reminds
stream.
me.
Hello, Mr.
Hello,
JJ.
Honorable Mr.
Jay,
JJ.
I see.
Hey,
I
Hey,
JJ.
JJ.
understand. Hello, gentlemen. How are we?
But I think you've been paying attention, JJ, yeah? Because you
I
see,
see. I
understand.
understand. Yes.
So
Yeah.
tell
Well,
me what's
actually,
going on.
Cartier reminds me of Bear because I think he's revived the brand amongst the Archiverse. Because there was a time where you didn't like Cartier, you said it's become a fashion brand, and Bear was the one who actually stood up and defended the brand when he had that
No,
gold
Bear,
Santos.
the thing about Bear is whenever he buys something, then he starts defending it. If he doesn't have it, then he says it's trash.
No, do you remember that gold Santos he had, Saad?
Yes, yes, I remember.
Solid gold Santos. What a watch!
Yeah, that
What
was
A
beautiful.
watch!
class! It was pure class.
So JJ, what's going on in your world there?
Same as yesterday, Arch. Same old, same old. We got a big show
Hey.
tonight after you, so I look forward to a night of watch
Hey,
entertainment.
you
with
have
you
got
and
you have found somebody who worked for him. Is that right? How did you get this? Tell me the
not
leads.
necessarily someone who worked for them. I got a few people reached out. They like
Yep.
what I've been doing. They said I'm pretty fair, and yeah, an insider, not necessarily an employee. You don't know who it is yet. You have to stay tuned for that. But they've connected me with this person, and they want to do a tell-all expose, Arch expose.
Tell or
Well,
expose.
Jay,
Is it positive, negative? What is it there? Tell me what
I
it
don't.
is.
I don't know. I didn't. I didn't pre-record it or anything. It's going to happen live, and we'll see how it goes. You know.
So
question,
what time is this?
JJ.
What time is this show, JJ? Tell me what time it is.
9:30 after the one and only Arch. Even for breaking story like this, I still have to respect the Pontiff's time zone.
Okay, so we're going to be sending you the link, my friend JJ. This is what we're doing today. I'm just setting the link up now because you are an Alliance member. I don't know if you noticed the avatar I used for today's show, but it's JJ's collection. Did you notice that?
Yes, I did. Very nice. I said, what a nice, what
Okay.
a nice thumbnail this is.
Oh, this is the one. JJ's. Okay, I got it. I got the link. That's the
My
one.
question is, JJ, is Brian going to be on the panel because he's the only one that's worthy of respect? That he's respected by everyone.
I only respect you, Brian.
Only
Actually,
respect
funny enough, I am having Brian on the show because he's very knowledgeable about the TPG stuff. And
okay.
reached out to him today, and he is going to join us. So, yes. The panel's in place. The questions are in place. Everything is ready to rock and roll. But enough about that. Let's get Archie's stream going. Where's the super chats, fellas?
Yeah, actually, I wanted to show you a collection. Could I show you a modest collection?
Sure.
Tell me what you think of this, because we've had some amazing JJ's collections out of this world, but sometimes, you know, many people do not have JJ money, do they? You know what I'm saying? Not everybody has JJ money. Look at this as a collection. Look at this. What do you think of this here? Da-da-da-da. Simple piece collection. What do you think of that?
Very nice, very nice. Not even JJ has JJ money, Archie.
The box is nice, Archie.
Yeah, that's one of those wolf boxes. And he's got, look at this, Amiga, Certina, a couple of Seikos at the bottom.
Archie, your favorite alpinist is also there.
Yes, it's a long sheet. Look at that.
How do you call this a nice collection, Archie? You have made the shit of these watches in your previous reviews.
It's no, this is a 31-year-old guy. No. Hey, calm down, Start. Hey. There's some good stuff here. There's some really nice stuff.
Yeah, the box is good. Yeah, we like the box. Yes.
The old Archie would
Archie's
have...
made it known that the Alpinist is not one of his favorite watches. We all know that.
The Alpinist isn't. I like the King Seiko. Do you like the King Seiko?
The Archie of old, the Archie that made the Archieverse great.
No,
With
but,
a
no, but hang on. Let's look at this. This is only a
Tiff
young
Nixon's
guy. It's all
watch.
relative. He's got the Tudor Black Bay 58 is nice.
That's
Now
a
he's got
nice
a long
watch.
jeans. I'm not a big fan of the long jeans, but that's not a terrible watch. He's got a Sin 856. He's got a Damasco DS30. An Aquaterra. Now that's actually a quartz Aquaterra, believe it or not.
What?
Okay, just calm down, calm down, calm down, calm down, calm down. I don't know what's wrong with Saad today. Something's wrong with him. He's I don't know.
Saad found some happy juice.
He's in the mood to mock.
Yeah.
Mike, what strain do you think that is, Mike? What strain
What's
makes you
that?
laugh? What strain makes you laugh like that?
Oh, actually, a lot of strains will do that. If you're not a regular smoker, it can.
What do you mean, Mike?
it
You
can
making fun of me?
No,
He's
but
making fun of you,
it
Saad.
can definitely put you into the laughter mode for sure.
What do you mean by that?
If somebody were to smoke cannabis,
You mean I did smoke something?
no, somebody
Yeah.
asked me that. What
Who
kind
asked you?
what strain of cannabis makes you all happy and laughy? And I was just answering his question.
Super skunk.
Yeah, I've grown that before. Man, that was the wrong strain to grow because it stunk fucking to like a skunk like for miles away.
Arch, you know what the best thing about this collection is, Arch?
What's that?
The wolf box. The wolf box. I like the wolf box. No, in all seriousness, the Tudor. I like the Tudor.
Yeah.
Which
Wait,
will
look,
make it?
this is somebody who's starting. They just hang on. You got to get this in perspective. This is someone who's starting his journey, right? Just
Yeah.
calm
I get that.
down.
I get that, but we can fix this up with cheap money. So let's really dissect here. What is the second one in between the Tudor and the Zin?
That's
It's
a long
long
jeans.
jean.
Long jeans. That's actually
Hydro Conquest. All right, we sell that on eBay.
ceramic.
That
Okay.
one goes. We sell that on eBay. What's the fifth one? The fourth one, Damasco. That
That's
great
the-
dial.
Yeah, Damasco. That's right.
All right, we sell that on eBay. What do we got? What's the Omega on the left, on the bottom?
That's an Aquaterra quartz.
All right, we sell that on
Oh,
eBay.
it's
What's next to it?
quartz.
Certina? What the fuck? What's that? one?
Satina. Yep. Satina.
All right, we sell that on eBay,
Cindy Satina.
and we sell this other Seiko on eBay.
It's a
So we
King
got.
Seiko, King Seiko. That's a King Seiko. That's a lovely. What's wrong with the King
what is
Seiko?
the
All
tan?
right, so we keep the
What's
King
the second
Seiko.
to the right on the bottom? Is that the tan one?
I say we sell all those, and then we get a Longines, the 39 mil GMT. So we have a Diver Tudor, you have the Longines GMT, you have the Zinniger Field Watch. Now we're starting to build a real collection for not too much money.
I don't think this is terrible for a young guy. What's wrong
No,
with
I
this?
don't think it's terrible, but I think it could use a little fixer-upper.
Yeah, the problem, as we were discussing yesterday, when you try to sell your watches, you usually take a bath, on retrieving.
Can I just
what you
interrupt? I got to say, this Saad is A grade, A plus.
spent. Yeah, he's on fire today.
I love Saad when he's on meth. So
Yeah.
keep it smoking the meth, Saad. You're A grade, triple A grade. That's all I want to say.
He's good when he plays the heel, right?
Seriously, JJ, this is one of the best performances I've ever seen.
I'm a fan of Saad in general, but
Right.
tonight he's on fire.
I don't know what he's smoking. I don't know if Tommy's hooked him up with some good drugs, but keep on doing what you're doing, Saad, because this is A grade. I don't deserve to be on the same panel, so I'm going to jump off.
Don't
Oh,
go.
that's too bad. Wish you could stay on more. Was that Scirocco, right? Or
Yes.
was
Who was Rocco?
Yeah, that
I
was
wish
yeah.
you could stay on longer. I like Scirocco.
I gotta tell you, seriously, what I like
when did you
about
become such a wimp, Arch? Yeah, tell us what you like. Come on.
he's only a
It
young
was,
guy.
it was Mr. GMT, wasn't it?
This is
No,
when
it was Sovereign.
you merge into a decent collection. You start saying,
Yeah, but you
okay,
don't
we
need
all
8
start
pieces if
somewhere.
you're that young. You don't need 8 pieces.
Yeah,
if you're
I
that young.
agree with you, Archie. This is like somebody who's gone exploring in the watch world without a lot of
He's
guidance.
only young. He's only 30
Yeah.
something
How
years
young
old.
is he? 4 years old or what?
Look, you take 3 or 4 of these and you get yourself a Longines GMT. You got the diver, you got the Zin field watch, you got the Seiko you could play dress up with. It's a good start, good 4-piece meal deal right there. My opinion. You don't need 8 shitters.
You know, the top 4 look like
Those
they're,
King Seikos are not cheap, by the way. They're a couple $1,000.
Yeah, so you keep that one, right, as your dress piece. You keep the Zin as your field piece. You keep the Tudor as your diver.
Yeah.
Right? And then you chuck the other 4 and you get a Longines GMT. So you have a diver, a GMT, a field watch, and a dress piece.
This sort of
You
person,
can
I
get a
don't think
Breitling for that price.
I don't think
JJ,
they
though.
need a
You can get
GMT. They can't.
Breitling.
I don't think they need a GMT because I don't think they're doing a lot of travel. Okay.
No, but I think you can get some Breitling for that money. For the money you can cash out of those shitters, you
Now, what's the best way to?
I'd go for Breitling of some sort. I'd keep the Tudor and maybe the Zin if I'm going on the London Underground.
What do you think, guys?
Then I'd cash the rest and get a Breitling.
Personally,
what do you think, guys?
I'd swap the Tudor out for a Pelagos. It's just you have a better diver watch, and the Zin is that's the third one to the right, with the black dial, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There are other Zins like the
but you're going to sell one to get another
U1.
one. You're going to take a bath on the price.
Well, I mean, any one of these you're going to.
So why would you sell the Black Bay to get a Pelagos and lose all that money? It's not that much different. You're going to lose a ton of money to get the same
I'll
brand.
just be 1 minute, guys. Just cover me for 1 minute. Just cover me for 1 minute.
If you private sold stuff, the Black Bay would probably put you pretty close into being able to buy a secondhand Pelagos, for sure.
But I don't think he wants the Pelagos 39 or the 42.
No, the old version.
Yeah, he's got small
my
watches
preference
here.
is the 41.
I don't think he's got a big enough wrist to pull off a 42 mil Pelagos.
Right.
You know, it doesn't wear that huge.
Sorry, Mike, I am back. You said something about me smoking something. I could not understand. So can you repeat it again?
I didn't say anything smoking.
You said something.
Not directly about you. Somebody asked me what strain would make you laughy.
Somebody was
the way you
asking
are.
about me, and you responded. Why did you respond?
Well,
why are you being so efficient in responding about me when there is such
it wasn't
serious?
About you. It wasn't
why
about
did
you.
you?
I think Sirocco asked that question, then he left.
If Sirocco asked, then why did you respond about me?
Well, I didn't respond about you.
You did respond about me.
His question was,
ABC, were you there when he responded about that substance issue?
He responded. It was about you. Yeah, it was.
Mike,
it
what's
was
the issue?
really? You
about
think so?
It's indirectly about Saad because he was saying that Saad is really jovial and happy.
I didn't say something like if Saad smoked this, it would make him this way. He asked me a question about what kind of strain it would make somebody happy and laughy like Saad is now.
What do you mean by that? So,
do you think Sirocco started that on purpose, Mike, to make a problem for you?
Oh well, anytime anything is
you could have kept quiet. You had the option to remain quiet. Why did you had to say something which made me so upset?
Well, that'll never happen.
Oh, I never want to make you upset, Saad. I love you.
I have never heard something like that in my life ever before.
Oh well.
Yeah, you can't insinuate that he takes drugs, Mike.
I just went away and
I never insinuated that.
I had to take a bath. I get so upset. I took a bath with cold shower. I became so upset.
No way insinuated that he took or.
I will never forget this, Mike. Why did you say this? No. Why are you now? You're laughing, Mike. I cannot believe this.
Saad, I mean, your playbook works.
I'm going to mute myself because this is getting kind of serious. I'm going to mute myself.
Yeah.
No, JJ, I need your help, please, because this is a serious allegation he has put on me.
No,
I
I've
cannot
not
take
made.
this.
I've not made any allegations towards you, son. I'm very careful about that.
Then why did you say that I was smoking something?
I didn't.
You said you're
You
smoking
didn't?
that good shit.
Yeah,
I did not say.
you were just making a. You were just choosing what I took. You were just thinking about that.
No, I was
It
asked a
took you
direct.
some
I was
time.
asked a specific question, and I answered it specifically.
Why did you have to answer that?
It didn't have anything to do with you directly.
It was all Pakistanis, he's saying, not just you.
Really?
Well, he said not
No.
you directly. So
He just asked
Oh, wow.
what kind of a strain is an uppity, make you happy, laughy strain of cannabis, and I answered the question. I didn't mean for it to be directly applied to Saad, or I didn't say Saad if or imply that he was on it or taking it.
Did you say
I'd
that
say-
Saad smells like a skunk and you can smell him from miles away?
No, that was somebody mentioned Super Skunk, and that's a strain that
all right, hold
just
on. We
grow.
got two Sads here, Mike. Do you think maybe this is a fake Sad and a real one just came on to defend
Who's
himself?
this?
I don't know.
Identify
Who's the
yourself.
real Saad?
Identify yourself, real Sad.
Exactly, I am the real Sad.
Oh,
You have it
shit.
right.
So
Okay,
maybe
then
this is a
Saad.
fake Sad with
Okay,
the
Saad,
cartoon.
the real Saad.
fake
Let's
Saad
test him.
messing
Let's
with
test him. Guys, let's test him. Let's test him. What is the reference number of the first day date that was double quick set?
Yes. Just tell us that.
More important than that is what is the meaning of life?
I'm not asking for
Ah,
a brass eyes.
that's. I think they're both real.
Mike, we need
think-
you to decide who's the real Sad and who's the
Who's
fake.
the
No,
real
Saad
Saad,
uses
Mike?
I think
ChatGPT.
the one that can come up with that number.
Yeah,
off the
yeah,
top
yeah.
of
Now
his head
tell
is
me the
gonna be
number.
the real one.
1252173
No, he's using
ZB1.
ChatGPT to generate this response.
If they told you a number, Mike, how would you know? You don't know the answer anyway.
I don't, but I can look it up. So, I've got Google right here. Take me 5 seconds to double check it. But somebody asked, like, how do we tell who the real Saad is? And
Yeah,
that,
who's
that
the
was
real
my
Sad and
answer.
who's the smoking Sad? That's what we want to know.
Oh, who's this? What do you mean smoking?
Mike said
Yeah,
the
what do you
other
mean?
Sad is
What?
smoking a lot
What's that
of.
supposed
No,
to
I
mean?
never said that. Come on now. Don't put
All I
words
can
in my
ask you
mouth.
though is Michael giving you trouble, Sad? He was doing
Yes,
that
he
to me
said that
earlier.
I am smoking something.
No.
Hold on a minute. Hold on. Is Mike actually insinuating that Saad has a split personality? The fact that there are two of them on right
What?
now.
Mike, do you think these guys are just starting trouble on purpose with you? What do you think?
Oh,
Should we
absolutely.
ban them? Should we ban them? Let's ban them.
No.
We'll kick them off. We'll kick them off forever.
No.
We'll ban their
In fact,
fucking-
this bipolar Saad right
What
now.
do you
is
mean by that, Mike?
very-
You called me bipolar now?
Well, there's two of you right here on this.
What do you mean by that?
I see both halves right now. There's two Saads.
That's me. That's
I'm looking
also
at
my
it.
ID. And you called me bipolar. That's me already.
Well,
I am logged in by my two IDs. And
I
you
meant
called me
that by-
bipolar. That's me.
Well,
That's my photograph.
I
You
think we
called me
might have to-
bipolar. How dare you call me bipolar?
oh,
You know
well,
what? I
apologize
think it's
then,
time
Saad.
for us to settle down a little bit, Sad. Maybe he did not mean it that way.
Ah,
Yeah,
okay,
no, I
okay.
meant
I'm
it
so
in a
sorry.
joking
Yeah.
way.
No, you were just joking. Yeah.
There's two
You're joking.
Sads, on the screen. Believe me, you know
Oh,
how
okay.
it gets. Saad.
Oh,
Sometimes
yeah.
Sometimes there's six.
Listen, Mike. It's like
snakes on
it's like the
screen.
saying goes. There's two Sads to every story, so don't worry about it.
Yeah, exactly.
I think I've heard of that before, JJ. So did Sad, did Mike get you the pins that he was supposed to get you?
Yes, Mike. What's the update on that, Mike? By the way, I heard you had the longest hair in the in the world. At one stage?
Well, what I consider the longest hair in the world, it was all the way down to my ankle.
Can you show us the
Wow.
picture?
I have a picture,
But
but it's
Mikey,
at my
why you
father's house.
telling my friend Saad
Um,
is smoking their chassis when he not smoking their chassis?
I grew my hair for like 11
Cartier.
years. grew it out for 11
Chelsea,
years.
Chelsea, Chelsea.
Yeah, taking
He
care of
smoking
it.
the
So
chassis,
So
my friend. He not
it wasn't
smoking the
hippie
chassis.
hair. It was well
So you
cared
were in
for.
the listed in the Guinness World Record also?
No.
Because
I just call it world record.
Hey, don't
here
make fun of the
because
guineas.
Mike,
it
you
was-
a fucking Rapunzel.
Yeah, it's damn near. Yeah. Yeah, it took
Rapunzel,
me.
eh?
Some big
You
super
know
chats
those
to
little,
catch up to here, but
little hair rubber or fabric hair thingies that you
He
put
hair
on your
like
ponytail.
Mike fuck
I used
Rapunzel.
8 of those. Okay.
For what?
There was a
To
super
keep my
chat before this, Arch,
ponytail.
but shut up
To
for a
keep my
second,
ponytail
everybody.
in
Hold
check.
on. We got to do the fucking super chat. There was
Oh.
one before this one, Arch.
Mobster, $2. Mike, do you enjoy killing small animals? No, nobody enjoys
Oh,
killing
that's
small
not very
animals.
good.
There was
That's
more
not
before
very
this,
nice.
Arch. Can you go back more? I can't go back
Sure,
more.
I can go back as far as we want. We had NATO.
Yes, that's
NATO
what you're.
said $3. Please tell us the awful truth.
I think he was talking about that collection before.
Look,
Mr. Archie,
I
start
don't
saying-
mind.
saying
Hang on.
start
I don't
smoking
mind
the
that
chassis.
collection. I think honestly, as a starter collection, he's got some good bases. I got nothing wrong with that collection. I love the green in the King Seiko. I like the Alpinist. I like the Sin. I actually like a lot of these watches. I think as
I
a
think,
simple,
but there's a review of you like the Alpinist.
You like the Alpinist since when?
yeah, Alpinist.
Since
Unless
when?
that was a split personality. Is today a day of split personalities? Oh my god. I don't believe this.
I believe it because I've heard, if I remember correctly, that Archie wasn't a fan of the Alpinist, and now I'm hearing different.
Oh shit, Mike's calling you out.
Here we
No.
go. We got another super chat. Let me tell you another Mobster, $2. Mike, do you enjoy? We said we did that. And Tiktology, $5. Sard, Mikey said he'd choose you as a roommate if he had to pick from someone in the community. How do you feel about living with Mikey?
Oh, that's true. He did.
as I said, I'll have to do some blood tests. Some blood work need to be done once he's clear of everything.
Sure. Yeah. Make sure I'm all,
Make sure you don't have rabies.
not,
I need
yeah,
to make sure
exactly.
my immune system is okay, so that
Right.
I
I think Sod and I
come
would
over
be
there.
the odd couple. We'd be a
Well, why you think
perfect
we like
matching
that?
pair.
Da 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 da.
Even I know because
Some would be the slow. Mike would be the slow.
we prefer it clean.
Yeah, Sod would be the clean person, and I'd be Oscar. Was that his name?
Oscar Madison.
Yeah, it was, he was the slob guy.
It's amazing. Archie used to shat on these watches, and now he says it's nice. I don't understand this.
Well, people
I know
change,
Sod, right?
and
Fuck.
and Archie's
Yeah.
new Archie. Since his incident, Archie's taken on a different attitude, a different demeanor.
Said you're becoming a bit of a softy, Arch. Soft cock since the robbery.
Softy. I'll show you softy, man. I'll show you a softy cock.
Viperize him. Super chat.
How about this? A JJ LeCoute. JJ LeCoute. That's what we need, guys. Malik Diamond. Malik Diamond. Every man needs a. Oops, sorry. I'll press it again. It's done. Every man needs a Rolex.
Excellent.
Rolex, please.
What do you say to that, Sad? Is this true?
This is 100. Real men wear Rolex.
I agree with you.
Oh, yeah, Mike's showing off his penis right now. I got one on right now, bitches.
Mike, you have serious water storage in your body. You have some kidney, liver issues.
No.
But you're
My
very swollen.
liver's just fine.
You're very swollen when you raise your arm.
Yeah.
No, I do retain water. But that's
from
I think more
Pornhub.
due to the diabetes. But I have great circulation, and cholesterol numbers are good. Liver function, kidney function, all that's good. I get my blood drawn every 3 months, and if there's an issue, I know quickly, and there aren't any.
Every 3 months, that's fast.
It's more often because of my existing conditions. I have an artificial heart valve and I've got diabetes. So instead of every 6 months, they have me come in every 3 months for a blood draw.
Wow, that's pretty cool,
and-
Mikey.
Yeah, no, it is cool because I'm very much
Super chat, Archie.
on top of my health.
Technology.
Or I try to be.
Mikey, you need to be very careful with your health because you know what, Mikey? You only get one life.
Super
You're
chat,
telling
Archie.
me.
Here we go. We got a super chat from Tiktology. A man without Rolex is not a man, AC3. But does he have to have the Rolex at
Yes.
15? At what age?
Yes. Puberty. Once
soon as
he
possible.
touches puberty,
I think realistically, once he's 45, you need to get a
Oh.
look. Look, it's a lifelong thing. I don't think
45?
somebody needs to have a Rolex. You know, our good friend Timely Behavior, he decided to get a Jaeger LeCoultre 976 instead of a Rolex.
But he's
But
got a
he is one-
Rolex, hasn't he?
was one of the odd guys, Archie. We should not follow that person.
Yeah, but that's also that's like saying I decided to get Chevrolet instead of a BMW.
Yeah,
It's not
yeah.
exactly the same.
That doesn't mean he makes sense.
Maybe he
And
was
it
hit on
means
the head or
it's like
something.
getting an Audi instead of a. It's like getting an Audi instead of a.
Come on, Start and Start. Let's
Mercedes.
laugh
Does that
together.
make
No, because it's not really the same price range.
I want both sides to laugh.
You really are a funny guy.
Here we go.
Thank you.
Tiktology, $2. Mike, would you take Saad for a ride on the Ducati? You betcha, man. Good.
Can Big
Promised
Asses fit
already.
in the Ducati?
The Ducati
Yeah.
Hottie.
Yes, he can. He would love to take you, Saad.
I weigh around 150 kgs. Mike, you're muted.
It's a 900cc motorbike. That's
What's the
nothing.
best watch to wear on a
No,
Ducati?
it's actually 700 cc's, and it has a BMX style.
I like when when you brag, Mike. When you start bragging about your stuff, I like the face gestures you make. I really love them. Keep bragging. Start again, please.
Gestures.
The
You know-
Motard. That's right, the Motard. I forgot about that.
Motard,
Yeah,
the retard motard.
If you look it up, it looks like kind of almost like a dirt bike. And
What's the best
cool-
watch to wear with a Motard, Arch?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
the
Not,
simple
not a
thing.
Rolex because they don't hold up in a crash. I can prove.
We are
can
going to
attest that.
crash. You didn't tell me that part.
I crashed the same. I had the same exact model and year and make, and to the T when it came out brand new in 2012, and that one I hit sand in the road and crashed. And
Why do you crash all the time, Mike? Is it
No, I've
God
only crashed
gifted-
twice in my life.
Because he had the dog on his lap. He was driving the
No.
bike with the dog on the lap. That's
No.
what happened.
I've
Was that
only
like
gone
the scene-
down.
what was
I've
that
only
scene
gone
in the
down on a
movie?
motorcycle twice in my
Phil
life.
Baxter.
Okay?
no? But you have
When
crashed
you promised me
airplane,
the ride,
Panteras.
you never told me you were going to crash when you promised me the ride.
Well, hopefully when you make it here, I'll have something interesting to give you a ride in.
What do you mean by that?
Oh shit! I think that's
maybe
a
I'll
sexual.
sell everything I
I think he's
own.
talking about
Are
Panteras.
you disrespecting me again or what?
I think he's saying
No,
a ride
not at
on his
all.
lap. I think he means.
I mean, part of my master plan someday
Master
is
plan?
to own another Pantera someday, and
See?
that will include liquidating at some point when I've gotten to that point. Everything I own will be factored in and liquidated to make the purchase of another Pantera down the road. The problem is their prices are rising like Rolex was during the bubble, and they're now like double, triple what I paid for mine way
Why
back.
don't you get Lotus Esprit? That's also somewhat similar to Pan.
Yeah, but they're nothing compared to a Pantera.
Ah, yeah. Okay.
Yes,
Mark,
the
you
Lotus
think
Esprit is very cool. Lotus has
Do you think you
had a
hyped
different
up the Pantera?
attitude.
Do you think the price
Um,
hike is down to you?
What?
What?
Do you think the price increase of Panteras is down to you because of you? I think it might be.
Yes, yes.
I'm
Yes.
actually
If
serious.
I can get the prices down, I'll do it because then I'm that much closer to actually getting another one. But the one I just looked at,
What's the median price?
100 to 150,000 is
Oh,
what will
yeah.
buy you a
That's
nice
too
one.
expensive.
The one I was looking at was 129, but it was gorgeous and
What about when they're
way
not
out of my
gorgeous?
reach.
If
Way
it's
out of
not
my reach.
gorgeous, how much would it be? If it's not gorgeous,
100.
that's still
You know,
expensive.
if it's running and it's not been restored and has rust issues and it's like a barn
Arch,
find or
Dave just
something.
called me. He said, "Run the show, big boy."
Hey, run the show. We are running the show. Hey, I wanted to ask
I'm
you
just
there.
relaying the message.
Many years ago, when I bought a Ford Mondeo, the salesman, he actually owned a Pantera. Did you know that? Yeah, there's a small bit of Pantera trivia
It's a
that I've
small
never
world,
revealed.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's a
small
small
Did
world.
Mike sell you the car? Did Mike sell you the Mondeo?
No, this was in 1990, last day of 1996.
Did he promise
Oh.
you a
Yeah,
ride?
Mike was alive then, right? Mike,
That
you were
wasn't a
alive
good.
in
I gotta tell you, the
1993.
Mondeo was not it drove nicely, but it wasn't really a good car.
No, who cares about that? I mean, the Pantera. Did he promise you a ride in Pantera?
No, I can't do that because I don't have one available. But if I did, I gladly give a ride.
Mike, why do you have to lie about the Pantera? Now we are serious. No joking again.
No, we're not.
He's never
I've
lied. Mike has
admitted
never.
to
One thing about
my.
Mike has never lied.
He never lies. Yes,
No,
yeah,
I
I
mean
agree.
I misspoke early on, and I came online
You
and,
feel
and
ashamed,
manned up
Mike?
about it and corrected what I had said, and so that
I was not
that
present. Can you recorrect it again?
no, I'm not going to repeat it just because
You feel ashamed?
Sometimes I
it's been
forget.
repeated over and over. Pull up a previous clip.
How there are 10,000 streams? How can I pull up? Can you repeat now?
There's
Just
10,000 versions of my saying that, so it won't be easy, won't be hard to find.
Who's this? Who's joining us?
Vikey, Vikey, yes, babar. Driving Pantera, no babar. Telling lie, no babar. Pantera is very good car.
in
Oh my
yesterday's
God, there's
stream,
3 of them.
in yesterday's stream, you said that you had the longest hair in the whole humanity.
Well,
Is that true?
I called it that because
No,
but
you said it. You claimed it.
well,
He said
yes,
this
but I just
Now,
called it
was
that
it
because
recorded?
I've
Was it
never
official world record? Was it
no,
recorded
of course
anywhere? Then how can you say that it was
Did
the
David
longest hair
Cross
in
come
the
and
world?
present you with the Guinness Book of Records?
It was just it was kind of an
Slip of
expression.
tongue?
I've never run into anybody that ever grew hair even within a foot as long
How
as
many
mine.
miles was the
Mike,
hair?
you're like Samson from the
Approximately.
Bible.
What?
Like Samson from the Bible.
Yeah. Yeah. You know the little ankle bone you've got on the right side of your foot? The bone that sticks out? That's
No.
how long my hair was.
No, people have longer than that. How can you say that you had the longest hair in the world?
True.
Yeah,
So
they can
that's
have it
why
up to their ankle too, but be also taller.
I was saying, I've
So
not
you were lying.
encountered any other male person with hair that long. I've seen some Oriental women with beautiful black hair that went all the way to the ground. But yeah, no, I grew my hair for 11 years and maintained it. Got the ends trimmed every couple months, and it was happy, healthy, super thick, non-hippie hair. It wasn't scraggly. It was
Is it
always
true you shouldn't wash it if you want it to grow that long? You shouldn't be washing it.
well. I didn't wash it because it took 2 days to dry.
No, I
So
heard
it
it
is
washes itself after a while. Is that right?
No, it's just when you have hair that long and you let it out, like you take it out of the hair thingies out, it just blows in the wind. It gets caught in everything. I never let it out when I was out and about because I would drag it through somebody's plate of food or a cigarette. Somebody holding a cigarette, even at waist level, would it find its way into my hair. And so I had to just keep it into the big, giant, long
So you had
ponytail.
some
Is it
help?
true that young girls used to play double dutch with your hair?
Yeah.
I don't know what double dutch is.
Jump
No,
rope.
That's a language.
do you used to have help around with you who could, pick hair around you when you used to walk?
Oh yeah, I had somebody that would walk behind me and hold my hair up off the ground so that it didn't drag.
Like a maid of honor.
Yeah, exactly. Or like the queen, during
Are you?
the
I hope you're not
marriage.
lying, Mike.
No, I'm joking about that.
Why would he lie? Why would he lie, son?
Now he says he's joking, Archie.
No, I was joking about having somebody
See,
hold it.
joking is another term for lying, Archie.
Okay, if you want, if you want to,
So tell me
always-
this. I want to ask this question here. We've got some very good people on the panel. We've got JJ. JJ, what's the best way? What is the best way to get? I'm asking you this question here. What's the best way? The best way to get rid of excess watches? eBay? Have you tried the eBay, the Fleabay?
I've
thing?
sold like shitter watches on eBay. I wouldn't sell anything good. The most expensive watch I sold on eBay is the Breitling, which is funny enough. I got shockingly more money than I thought I would.
Mikey,
that's
I
the
come
thing
on
about
and
eBay. Sometimes
I read the song for your Pantera, Mikey. Mary, Terry, Terry, Mary, Mary, Terry, Terry, Mary. That song is beautiful song for your Pantera, Mike.
Okay, Mike, you got to learn the
okay.
words for that.
I
Can you
don't
learn the
know.
words? Can you do that?
No, I don't
on.
understand what that was
Mike,
about.
this is very easy task I am asking you. Now your internet connections is working correctly. Can I instruct you how to say Mary, Terry, Terry, Mary, Mary, Terry, Terry, Mary?
It just sounds so perfect when you sing it. I don't think it bears
Remember the
repeating.
name Terry and Mary. Terry and Mary.
Yeah, and Jack and Jill went up the
This
hill
is
to
No,
fetch a
very
pail of
no,
water.
no.
This is
Don't
very
mock the
beautiful.
song.
This is very
Don't make fun
beautiful
of the
song
song.
about your Pantera, Mikey.
Don't make fun of the song, Mike. It's Terry and Mary, all right?
Okay,
I'm
well, I'm
serious.
not singing it, so you guys
Mikey,
can have
come
fun
on.
with it.
why you
Uh,
insult my culture by not singing Terry, Mary, Mary, Terry, Pudiana?
Super chat.
Super chat. Where have you been? We got a super chat from NATO. Hello, humanity. $3. Mike, is the story about the AD true? Be honest.
Um,
Full screen,
story
Archie.
was
Full
that?
screen him.
remind me of the story because you guys were all privy to it.
Mikey just misspoking.
A friend of ours, a fellow member of our chat and panel, went with me, and we went to San Francisco to the AD.
Open
and
your
I
eyes
talked to
when you're
them.
talking, so we know that you're not lying. Open your eyes.
They're open. Come on, man. And yeah, no, I did go to San Francisco and talk to the AD in person. And then remember, I made a call on the show, and I accidentally mentioned the manager's name, and everybody's like, Mike, no, you're not muted, don't do it. And I was like, what's her name there? And everybody's like, no, shit, you fucked up. I've never heard back from her anyways, and I never did. It was when I was on the hunt for the root beer.
Mike,
But
did you sing the
that hunt
Scott
is
Fitzgerald song?
gone. See,
Did you sing the Scott Fitzgerald song when you went to San Francisco? If you're going to
San Francisco.
I actually like Journey's song about San Francisco. I forget the song, but they sing a really great song about San Francisco.
You like it, but you've forgotten which song, really?
Mike, what did you do with the money that government gave you for free? That bonus.
Yeah, at one point, a couple of years back, the government gave everybody $200. I think twice. And $200, is like that's a night out on on the town date, or a couple of movie dates or something like that. That $200, I think I probably spent it on bills. Honestly.
Bill?
On pills.
Who's
What
Bill?
pills did you? What pills?
Pills? Which pills
Not
did you?
pills, bills.
You just
Who's
said
Bill?
pills.
Who is Bill?
Who's Bill?
Who's Bill?
He's the guy that shows up in an envelope every month, requesting money for me to pay. He's a blackmailer. He's my blackmailer.
Why don't you pay him?
I do every month. That's where all my money goes.
Super chat, Arch, please. Let's get back to watch this.
Chat. Where have you been? We got a super chat from Box and Doxes. Box and Doxes.
Box and Dox.
We go. Box and Dox. Just hang on one moment. One moment.
Classic Arch. Super chat comes in. Let me stop off for her tea and crumpets. We should all drop off.
Sorry about that there, Box and Dox. It was good to hear JJ call out O'Sheen on his stream last night. His ego is out of control. Love you, Arch, and great panel. Saad is very funny. What happened? JJ, what happened to O'Sheen? What did you say?
Oh, thank you, Box and Dox.
Thank you, Box and Dox.
The stream
Thank you,
before.
Box and Dogs. You're a gentleman and scholar.
Tell me what happened. What was said? I want to hear this. What was said?
One of his streams, he had that pretty girl on that he has on sometimes, and that other guy that he has some shit channel with.
Eye bashers.
Yeah, that guy.
I was on the first eye bashers. You know that?
Yeah, it really it wasn't so much O'Sheen. He was replying as the guy. I don't know what the fuck. I never had an interaction with that guy in my life. Not sure what his problem was, but he don't even know what he's talking about. He's like, I watched that Hangout and this and that. Yeah, it's such low quality and shot with a play school camera. I don't know. It's just such a cornball, the guy. And O'Sheen is going, yeah, it must be excruciating to be at 1,000 subs. So I go check the iBashers channel, and they have 1,500 subs. Meanwhile, not that I have a lot, but I have more than double what they have. So pretty funny that he's mentioned that. This guy sits in the dark like a fucking creep, like he has a human skin suit on, sitting back there, and he's talking about me. Like I don't know what provoked him to try to come after me. So I just bashed him.
Jealous. They're jealous of you.
Yeah, so I just bashed them a little bit. They needed to get checked, especially that guy, fucking dork. Another failed musician sitting in his basement in the dark.
JJ,
I like what
you
Brother
had
I'll be
Blondie
right
did
back.
on your channel.
I'll be right back after these.
Blondie. Sorry, JJ, you had Blondie on your show last night, right?
That was 2 nights ago. Yeah, Blondie came on to the collection review.
I've just worked out who she reminds me of. Have you seen that film, Crocodile Dundee?
Yeah, I know who you thought. The girl in
Linda Kozlowski.
Yeah, Kozlowski, yeah.
She divorced
That's who
Paul
she is.
Hogan. Did you know that? She divorced him.
All right.
I didn't even know she was married to him.
Yeah, she married
she
Paul
was.
Hogan.
He probably got divorced to marry her, right?
They paid divorce in 2014.
What are you eating, Arch?
I'm having some Lindt almond chocolate.
Good evening, Mark Goldberg. How are you, sir?
How are you, Mr. Goldberg?
Good evening, Mark Goldberg. How are you?
Sad, mon ami, Doc Sad, and real
There
Sad.
are two Sads here.
Well, there is the real Sad, and then there's Dr. Sad.
Well, Mike, there's two. Mark, there's two two sides to every story we've discovered today.
Yeah, I heard something like that. JJ, I just want to tell you, they're just jealous of your physique and your elocution.
What? What's that? Allocation?
Exactly. See, case closed. It's all over. We all over Red Rover. Back the truck up. It's your elocution and your physique.
Yes.
Yes.
I just, I mean, I don't get them, but you know what? They wanted to take a shot, so they got some shots back.
You know what? Where would we be without trolls?
Right.
We'd be happy, is where we'd be. But
Would we be at the bridge without trolls?
It can't be helped.
Would we be at the bridge? Do you get the reference? No.
I mean, really, on YouTube, you're nobody until you get a troll, a death threat, weird.
I don't mind trolls, but I like accuracy. Like he was saying, they were all scumbag 48th Street watch dealers on that channel. I'm like, what is this guy talking about? There's everybody there is just guys who collect watches, except for Marco, really.
At least they give you 48th Street instead of Canal Street.
Yeah, right. It could have been worse. He's just a petty man, Oshin. You'd think for a guy who's so full of himself, he'd do something a little more better with his time. I don't know.
Well, you know, when you're
he has sin. He has sin right in his. He has sin right in his name, right there.
When you almost made it, when you almost became somebody, when you were so close to success and had it snatched away, it probably leaves a bitter taste.
100% right. It's I gotta tell you there, it's I think with Oshin, I kind of think I don't think it's a lot of people want to criticize other people. It's that's you know, Oshin had some good qualities, but he also had some rather disturbing qualities. And
life is complex, Arch. It's not all you know,
beer and Skittles. It's not all beer and Skittles.
Right. But I'm saying it's not all black and white. You know, people are complex.
Yeah. But I got to tell you, I mean, JJ, I wouldn't take it. I wouldn't be defensive. That's just water off a duck's back. They're jealous.
No,
You've got a
I
great
just wanted to
collection.
make fun of them for a little bit. It was all just straight making fun of them. That's all it was. And then I moved on.
Yeah.
And I won't bring it up again unless they continue.
Ron the
Tell me
Shrink,
this.
he let his feelings known to them quite clearly. Do you remember that?
Yeah. You know what it is? Because he was playing the role, Archie. He's like, oh, I don't really know. I don't really watch that. I'm like, come on, Oshin. You don't know. You don't watch that. I'm going to pull up videos of him going, everyone, subscribe to JJ's channel. He's the best. Now, all of a sudden, he doesn't know me. Never seen it. It's not sure what's happening. It's like, come on.
You used to be my homie. Now you act like you don't know me.
Right. Exactly. I think Mike wrote
Ice
that lyric.
Cube said.
Oh, it was Ice Cube. Okay.
Ice Cube, yeah.
No, that's the best way to do it. You just got to be. I got to tell you guys, it's there's a lot of disturbing things in this industry, and I don't know what sort of happened there. You know, it's I don't know why people can't be positive. You know, there's a lot of ego in the watches. Now, for me, I've gone against the ego. I don't see the point. I say to myself, you know what? I'm thinking about getting rid of one more watch. What do you think, JJ? Get rid of the bluesy. What do you think of that, JJ?
Oof. What are you going to keep, Arch?
Oh, come on, Arch. That you got to.
What do you have left? Let's start with what do you have left?
He's got the Polar Explorer 42 millimeter.
Right. Got the Speedy.
3861.
I'll bring up a photo.
Reverso.
I'll bring up a pic because you guys. I got to tell you, the funny thing is there with you guys, you've got to remember with the watches themselves there, how long do you need them for? What do you need any of this stuff for? Like, you know, it's not going to last forever.
Till you're fucking dead. What do you mean? Till you're dead, you need them.
Here we go, JJ. It's on the screen now. That's the 4. What can I get rid of?
Nothing. You keep these 4. You have an awesome foursome.
Yeah.
I was thinking about getting rid of the 2 choices. Get rid of the Explorer and get a tuner Explorer, or Tuna Pro, Black Bay Pro, GMT.
Mm.
Or get rid of the bluesy and get a nice burgundy tuna 41 mil. What do you reckon to that?
It's your only
Arch, why,
gold
why
piece.
are you
Why
talking
get rid of
about
it?
downgrading companies? I mean, you know,
Yes, downgrading, Archie. You
you
will
already own
actually.
these Rolexes, and you know the old saying, "Bird in hand is better than two in the bush." And
wise
you've already
Mike, a wise man once said, if you buy mid-tier garbage, you will lose money. Who was that wise man, you might ask?
Mid-tier garbage.
I seem to remember his name was started with a P.
And ended with a Luda.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Tell me.
exactly.
What do you think?
I know this is controversial, but I would keep the Explorer 2, dump everything else, get a no-date sub, and a Z Blue Milgauss. I think that was my favorite three-piece. I love that picture.
Oh.
That was a
JJ,
great photo.
what's the one and done watch here? If you had to pick
The
just
Bluesy
one
was
watch,
the one and done. The
yes.
Bluesy was the one and done.
And Doc Trainer, what do you think? What's the one watch if you had to pick from all of these?
Well, from this lot,
Yes.
yeah, if it was from this lot, it'd be the Bluesy, of course.
So why are you
ABC?
getting rid of the Bluesy if that's the best one?
I'm so confused by dueling sods, one of whom is more Indian than the other.
So, ABC, what's your opinion? Saad, what's your opinion? Saad?
I believe you're making a big mistake by getting rid of this Bluesy, which was the dream watch for your life. You were dreaming of this, and now you're going to get rid of it.
Good answer, Saad.
Thank you.
I'm proud of you, Saad.
Yeah.
Don't be, listen. Let me put it to you like this. Saad, you might have to do some translation. And I'm talking to Dr. Saad right now. Tera makabul. Don't be a benchode. Keep the Bluesy, you chutia. That's all I have to say about that.
You know a lot, man.
That's very good.
Yes, thank you. Thank you. Tera makabul. Actually, could you tell me what that means for real?
No. You're, in
Put it
front
in
of
the private
seniors, I am little bit.
Type it in the private chat.
No, I don't do this.
But I don't.
I have some limitations in front of seniors. I have some
I
limitations.
type it in the private chat. We have
Cannot do that.
Tera makabul.
Even I don't speak in such a derogatory way as that.
Where did you learn all this from?
Well, if
Mr.
you're not going to help me with one line of translation,
I cannot translate this.
yes, you can. You just choose not to.
He is
No, I
such a
cannot,
gutter
yeah.
mouth, isn't he, Saad? He's such a gutter mouth. It's amazing.
Hey, excuse me, Saad. I want this to be clear. Saad, I am not talking to you, Dr. Saad.
Yes.
You're a Dr. Saad now. You're a
Yeah.
2 rupee Rundi from GB Road. Okay.
He is trying to be funny right now.
I think it's working. Saad, don't you think Dr. Saad's a 2 rupee Rundi?
Be honest, Saad. Be honest.
Cannot say much. Both of you are seniors. I'll mute myself now.
No, don't do that. We need you.
So, Archie, you are downsizing now.
Yes.
Why?
Why? How many
are you
is enough?
downsizing?
How many is enough? How many is enough, really?
4 right there. Perfect. Keep it.
How many have you got, Mikey?
I've got 2 Rolexes and 1 Speedmaster.
No Pelagos. So you went down one and it made you more happier, see?
Well, because I translated it into something that it brings me great joy and bonding with my brothers. So it was
Wait,
a worthwhile.
You guys went in on that fleshlight?
Yeah, exactly. No, but my brothers and I enjoy hunting very much, and it's caused us to bond and get together many more times a year than we would normally. And as much as I miss my Pelagos, I'm glad I did what I did. Although the Pelagos might be one of my first rebuys. That was just about the most perfect watch, aside from, let's say, a Submariner, that I've come across as far as divers go.
Now you're making me feel like I need to go put on my Pelagos.
Wow.
The pure Schadenfreude of it.
Yeah, the version 1 too. The version, the FXD and the new one don't really ring my bell as much as the version 1.
Those aren't Pelagos. Those are something. They have other names. The Pelagos is the Pelagos. I have the blue one. You had the blue one too.
Yeah, I love the blue one. The Smurfy blue.
All right, I'm gonna go get the blue one now so I can click the bezel for you. I'll be right back.
Archie, what you can do is just don't go below 4 when it comes to watch count. What you can do is just change the watches once you get bored. For instance, if you get bored of the Explorer 2, change it to something else.
Yes.
The problem is, Archie, this is your business too. You know, you run a luxury watch channel. This is not just your hobby; it is also your work. You know, it is related to your work actually. You know, if you don't have a watch at all, let's suppose if you don't have a watch, I mean, it's not good for your channel actually.
Sad is right. There goes your livelihood if you do that. He is right.
That's a fair point.
Well said, sir.
I got to tell you there, how many you were looking at downsize? Doc, would you downsize anything, or you love your watches? No downsizing for you.
Who are you talking to right now?
Which side, Archie?
Oh, there's a couple sides there. Sorry.
Dr. Saad or
you,
real Saad?
Mr. Goldberg there. We'll bring it up.
Isn't that Mikey?
That's the one. The Pelagos. That's such a beautiful watch.
But remember when Mike said it didn't have a lot
titanium.
of
It's in titanium. It's in titanium.
It's in titanium, but the real deal with this is that clasp.
Mm-hmm.
And the cool thing is what's inside that clasp.
Yeah. Springs.
That's exactly right. Mikey knows.
Oh yeah, and the ceramic detent balls.
Who did you sell yours to? Did you sell it to a dealer or you sold it privately, Mikey?
I actually sold it to a dealer, but I basically got back out of it what I paid for it. They were willing to pay exactly what I bought it for, and
spring loaded.
So I didn't lose.
And if they break, what happens if the spring breaks, Mikey? Mark?
Well, then you're going to the dealer, but mine never.
Can they replace the springs?
Yeah, of course. And there's the ceramic ball detent that Mike is referring to. It's on either side of the clasp, so that's why it has such a nice click.
Yeah. Let's hear the bezel. Can you put the bezel up to the microphone and click it?
I'm doing it, but the dog is.
He's already doing it, Mike.
Exactly.
Stop talking and start listening.
Okay, sorry.
You know, the best sounding watch I've ever heard for the bezel click is, you know what it is? I'm embarrassed to say this. It's a Steinhardt. A Steinhardt.
You should be embarrassed.
I know. It's a bronze Steinhardt, a friend of mine.
How do you even know what a Steinhardt feels like, sounds like, tastes like? Do you have wrist cancer right now from Steinhardt? How'd that tell us the story, Art?
No, I understand exactly what you're getting at. Fair point. Fair play.
You shouldn't even. You know what? Okay, confession. A buddy of mine has one. I tried it on, and you're right. Decent quality for garbage.
Well, yeah, decent quality for garbage. It's you notice the new releases have slowed down a lot in the watch industry now. Now that money's tight and the
Also,
watches.
It's summer.
It's summer. Yeah.
Summer doldrums in Europe.
You notice the things have slowed down a lot. Like we're not getting releases or.
Yes.
It's slowing down a lot because we're kind of, the economy can't be going full steam ahead forever, can it? Really, that's the whole. You got to realize this stuff. You can't always get what you want, and especially with expensive watches. Tell me this, JJ. You were looking at. I reckon your collection is. I'm going to make a video for you, by the way, JJ. I hope you don't mind.
No, I don't mind at all.
I want to do a review on your collection, that beautiful photo that I used as the avatar. I just think it's bang, baba bing, bang, baba bang. That is just a superb collection, just superb. And I don't understand why you're not happy, JJ. You should be over the moon, jumping. Speaking of jumping jacks, we got Serty. Hey, Serty, what are you up to?
We're going. Just chilling, mate. It's fucking red hot.
How are you, brother? Serty?
And मेरे भाई.
कैसे हो भाई?
It's hot in the UK. It's hot.
Yeah, it's red hot, mate. It's about 20 degrees or something.
20 degrees looks hot to you, Serty?
It's fucking red hot, mate.
You come to Pakistan, it's 50 here, bro.
I'll get kidnapped. Fucking gutter in there. I'll get kidnapped.
Come here. I take your teeth out. Come here.
How dangerous is it, Saad? How dangerous is it to go to Pakistan? I heard you get fucking kidnapped at the airport.
You have to know where you're going.
You come here, you will go back all well. It's just your watch will be not with you.
How dangerous is it, Saad?
Your eyes, your nose, your teeth, your legs, your heart, nothing will be there.
Is it really that dangerous? What's wrong?
No, nothing. No, nothing dangerous, Archie. It's a normal.
He's just teasing you. He's just teasing you.
Actually, I'll lay down a red carpet for you when you come here, Archie.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but wealthy people in Pakistan have body drivers and bodyguards, armed drivers and bodyguards. True or false?
That's more for fashion purposes.
Exactly.
Yes.
And
That's
it looks very good.
So is that for the Chowdhuries?
Yes, that's for the Chaudhurys. They usually do that just for style, nothing else. They, if the police see their arms and if they have no license, then they will hang them through the balls.
And then they say, Thakur must die now.
The law here is so strict. If you do something unlawful, then things are really terrible. Police have too much power here.
Yeah, but you can pay police over there, can't you?
Oh man, it's not like a CC police in the UK where they come with the horses and it's not like this. They come very well equipped here, man.
Yeah, but you can pay police over there, can't you? You can bribe them with money.
It's very strict here now. It's very strict.
Listen, Sad, do you know what beggars in Pakistan?
Yeah,
they ask for
I'm also one of them.
They ask for £1 now, don't they? They don't even ask for spare change.
They ask for Rolexes these days, the beggars.
Beggars can't be choosers. Give me £1, brother.
Mike, you were going to complete application for my security. Did you ever do that?
Mikey?
What?
It's talking to Serty. I want Serty.
No.
Serty's like special forces. Special.
SNS.
Special.
I'll be back. I'm just going for a toilet break. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Speaking of special, the pontiff.
Boy, without Bear here, Archie's free to take a lot of toilet breaks.
I don't
His
know.
prostate is very active.
He needs to get himself a colostrum bag. Fucking pisses that much.
He's got spasm.
Well, he's got a self-entertaining panel right now, so
He just walks off, doesn't he? I was lot make money and he just walks off. So he's going out to laugh. That's what he's doing. Look at these idiots making me money. All laugh sad.
Okay. Okay, for the Americans in the audience, I would now like to translate. Oi, 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 oi.
That sounds like
Dog trainer, I have noticed one thing. Your watch conditions are extraordinarily outstanding. How do you keep your watches in such mint condition?
Who are you talking to?
I am talking to you, sir.
Oh, me?
You, yes.
Yeah, I don't wear them.
He wears them shitty Seikos and puts them in box.
Yeah, I don't wear them. I just pull them out and like kiss them and and
you lick them.
Touch them gently. I lick I only lick the crystals to get them clean. But yes, maybe a little. There could
Then
be
you
a
put
little.
the G-Shock back on. I get it.
I wear a lot of shitters. I have a lot of watches, so I rotate them. I baby them. I'm careful even with my shitters because I never remember what I'm wearing when I'm going through a doorway and I'm swinging my arm. I never remember, is it a Citizen or is it a Rolex? So I'm kind of always a little paranoid.
Yeah,
Mark,
I've learned
Mark, you ever look at
the watch salute that you go through when you walk through a doorway, because I've cracked my nice watch on the doorknob just far too many times. So just by default, I do the salute. Put my hand up to my chest as I walk through doorways.
I walk through doorways like I was a mummy, with my hands crossed across my chest.
Just straight out.
Yeah, no, like with my hands on my nipples, but my right hand on my left nipple, my left hand on my right nipple.
I guess that's Frankenstein. Frankenstein that walks like this.
That's right.
Yeah, but when you start doing that,
mummies have their hands crossed like this.
That's how I go through doorways.
Yeah.
Certainly, why are your watches in such bad state? It's the opposite question for you.
Because I enjoy them.
What do you put them in? It's so bad. It's so loose.
Saad, do you see that tooth?
Yeah, I see them.
Yeah, that's how he cleans his watches. He actually sort of like just puts them in his mouth, clamps down, and then pulls. And this is how he cleans.
I've just zoomed in your teeth. You have enjoyed them also a lot. You enjoy everything. Huh?
Life's so short, isn't it, to worry about scratching fucking watches?
Mike, are you sleeping?
No, I'm awake.
Your eyes are sleeping, maybe.
They look
so.
closed. A little bit closed.
Does anybody else wonder if JJ and Archie aren't in the toilet together right now? I feel it's a bit suspicious. Oh, there goes Mike off to the toilet with the boys.
What do you think Archie ate today that he's been in the bathroom 3 times in an hour and 27 minutes? He's averaging a toilet break every 29 minutes.
Beef and beef, salted caramel, full English breakfast.
Continental breakfast.
Pea-meal bacon. And I understand that Calmex causes oily and projectile diarrhea, along with fits of paranoia. It also.
I think JJ has the most beautiful and expensive collection in the Archieverse.
Tell us, JJ.
No, are you crazy? No way.
How can we post a picture here? Can we display it somehow? Because I just noticed he has that beautiful blue Vacheron Costotin also.
Oh, that's my grail, as everybody knows.
Oh, it's the version free.
He has one of the rarest and future sought after Paul Newman Daytona
Solid gold.
on Oyster Flex. Yeah, but the dial that he has on that Oyster Flex, in future that will be the most sought after actually.
Yeah, but I don't have this, Saad. I don't have this.
These are garbage, all of them. Apart from the Blue Sea, all of them are just ordinary watches.
Saad is vicious tonight.
No, to be honest with you, JJ, these are ordinary watches, aren't they?
And he's gone anyway, so it's okay to tell us.
Yeah. He's not, and he doesn't review his streams anyway.
He barely
I
pays
No, he's
attention
think my
when he's
collection
here.
is solid, but I think there's a lot better collections out there.
now he's here. Archie's collection is the most beautiful collection in the humanity. Archie, I really love your collection. By the way, you don't need to change anything.
In humanity.
Hey,
Sorry,
I gotta tell you, you know what? I don't know what
Arch,
it
what'd
is.
you have for breakfast today that you're in the bathroom so much? I'm reporting back to Bear every time you leave.
Sorry. No, it's okay. Look, I gotta tell you something. I don't know how many pieces. I love watches. I really love them, but I don't know how many I really need to
You
be
need
full.
one. You need one. Who needs more than one? Need is one. Want
Need.
something else.
I think 2 pieces is the minimum, right? You could do, well, for me anyway, I would do like maybe like a day date and a GMT or something like that.
Don't you remember being a one watch guy, JJ, when you were like a normal person back then?
Oh yeah,
Didn't you
I
love
was
it?
a
You
one
look-
watch guy for like 15
I'm
years.
envious of one watch, aren't you?
I had the Breitling Crosswind.
Yes, with the
Like
diamonds.
15
You had the
years.
aftermarket bezel, didn't you?
And weren't you happy? And like, if you think back in terms of your watch journey, you know more now, you've experienced more now, but don't you have more like anxiety, concern, bullshit, obsession, time wasted? I mean, weren't you just like obliviously happy with that one Breitling Crosswind?
Yeah, I just thought I had a cool watch. That was
Yeah, you
that
did.
was
You
about
had
it.
an ETA shitter and you were happy. Now look at you. You got all kinds of crap and you're not satisfied.
I had a Valjoux 7750. I was off
Get
to
a
the
nice
races.
ETA garbage.
Get a nice quartz Colt.
Get it serviced
Call it a
on the
day.
corner, no problem.
You know what? That Valjoux 7750 is still, to my money, like, well, it was the first. It was really kind of like the first mass-produced chronograph. That's a great movement.
It
But
is.
you know when I got
Great
it serviced?
watch.
Take
They're
a
a
guess
great
how
watch.
long before I got it serviced.
Oh, you could run that for
He
15
did not
years.
yet have the wisdom to be unhappy. That's all.
I ran 17 years before
Yeah,
it needed a
Yeah,
service.
there you go. And you probably spent $800 to get it done, if that.
Not even. It was like 400, I think.
Mhm.
I did it at a local watch dealer. You know, actually, funny story. Tim Wright came with me to get it serviced by an old watchmaker in Brooklyn.
Did you buy him
Wow.
lunch?
Did I buy
Wow,
him one?
very cool.
I did not.
Did you buy him, a slice over at Ray's?
I don't know. Ray's isn't near where we were.
Nice.
Actually, he videoed my collection while we waited, and I brought some other watches, but that was a long, long time ago.
Before it would have made you a trader.
Right.
Yeah, no, that's a interesting situation there. It's
Actually, I think I got a
kinda-
picture of that. You want to see it, Arch?
Yeah.
I'll send it to you.
Yeah, I'd love to see it. Bring it up.
I gotta find it first.
Because he played on that. He said, JJ and me and JJ are like, birds of a feather. We're together, and he played on that dynamic,
Right.
And I got to test, Serty, what are you doing with yourself? What are you doing? What's happening in the UK? Tell me what's happening in your world.
Not much. Just been busy. Now it's time to relax for a bit. So
Business has been good.
I'll get by. That's all you need.
Get
innit?
by?
Just to get by, that's all you need.
Okay. Beautiful stuff. Beautiful stuff.
Be right back.
Where are you
It's
going?
how many watches have you got now, Serty?
I couldn't tell you. I don't have a clue.
You got so many. Okay.
Can
I've got
you
all
tell
of them.
about your Rolex? 30, just Rolexes.
I'm not sure.
You have a day date, GMT. What else? Submariner.
Yeah, I've got a few Submariners.
Which one is
Nipple?
the most scratched of the two, do you think?
You have a nipple.
What, you want to see my nipple? No, Cert is probably most battered. It's been well loved.
Well, what's your favorite of those Submariners?
Probably bluesy or Certy.
There you go.
Probably Certy then bluesy.
So, and Boozy.
Serty and Bluesy, that's your one.
Please, sir, I want some more.
On a NATO strap.
Put it on a NATO strap, mate.
Where is that NATO guy? That small guy. Christopher ordered a NATO strap. NATO strap, a NATO strap. Christopher ordered a NATO strap. NATO strap.
It's gone back to auditions for a Nobbit in Lord of the Rings, I think.
I gotta tell you, they're some watches there, Doc. You is a vintage. I don't know. I don't know anymore. You know, I kind of look at the watches. I've been really enjoying the Explorer 2 lately. That's a great watch. I don't think I'd get rid of that. That's a beautiful, just a watch to wear. Wristwatch wearing.
Archie, are you still talking shit about getting rid of your sub and getting a Tudor?
Yeah. What do you think of that idea?
Fucking stupid, isn't it?
Just keep the bluesy, hey?
Archie, you got the transmission in fucking reverse, pal.
Yes.
Put it in park.
Bluesy
Put
is
it in
the only
park.
good one.
Put it in park. Good
The
point.
bluesy, according to Saad, and Saad, correct me if I'm wrong, the bluesy is the only good watch you have. Don't get rid of that one.
Oh,
That is what I said.
Well, you know, to be fair, he was in the toilet at the time. Sorry.
wow.
Mark, what's your favourite watch that you own, Mark?
Well, I've often said if I had to, I also have 3 subs, but I think if I had to go down to like just one sub, I think if I had to go down to one watch, like I had to get rid of everything, and I've got just one. I can only keep one of what I've currently got. I think it would be the Hulk.
Mark,
Yeah.
what is your secret to looking young?
You haven't got one?
The secret to looking young is my mother.
I use oil of Olay.
Yeah, I'm not talking to you. You look like 90 years old, Mike. I'm not talking to you.
Oh, no. Okay, whatever I do, I
Saad?
definitely am not using the oil of Olay.
Oh, you were asking Mark the question. I'm
Yes,
sorry.
you're gone, Mike. You're...
The oil of Olay. Mike, what do you do with the? I want to forget about me. I want to hear about the oil of Olay. Come on, Mike, tell us. In other words, you moisturize.
I was just joking, man.
Oh, all right.
I don't know what part of his body he uses oil to lay to moisturize, but it's not his face.
Of all the dudes to moisturize, I would have voted you the least like it. Because, I mean, you hunt, you fish, you operate a chainsaw in your bedroom. So, no, when I was like 15, 16, my mother was usually taken for my sister. Like if she took me into a restaurant, sometimes they'd try and throw her out. Like you could come back here with a parent. And this was when I was 15, my mother, like, you know, so.
Are you joking?
No, for real. She didn't hit the wall. You know, her milk expiration date was very late in life. You know, so I mean, she's almost 90, so obviously she's expired. But let me just say, man, she was hot and she looked very, very young until, you know, one day she didn't. But she carried that off easily to 70 years old. I don't mean looking like a teenager, but she looked decades younger than she was most of her life, and that's just
Wow.
the way.
Amazing.
That's my mom's genes. It's I think it's the Romanian side.
It could be genes, it could be exercise and keeping yourself happy also. No stresses.
That could be. I mean, I have a low stress life, and I, you know, it's not like I'm super. I could drop 10, 15 pounds very happily and very easily, but I do walk around. I mean, like I walk dogs. I'm active. I'm on my feet. I'm moving. I'm physically. You know, I'm not sitting in front of a computer. When I write, yeah, but that's only half my life, right? An accountant is going to spend his whole life in a chair. I'm moving around.
Yes.
I've walked.
So, Mike, what is your secret to look so old?
It's the oil of Olay.
Yeah. Today I've walked over 1 kilometer already.
Yeah, that's good.
Did it hurt your foot?
He uses oil of Old Lay.
Oil of old ladies.
Oh my God, you guys are fucking brutal. Take it easy on Mike. I would like to remind the panel that a poll was taken, which revealed that Mike was the by far the favorite panelist on on Archie. Like always, Mike ranks as the favorite panelist. I've done
Mike's the best.
in terms of kilometers. I don't know, but in miles, I did 4.5 miles today so far with the dogs, and just 4.5 miles walking today for me. And it was kind of like a slow day. I don't know what's normal for most people, but like when I'm working with dogs, I'll get my 10,000 steps in, and I think that helps.
Nice. I need to do that for sure.
Yeah.
You know that 10,000 step thing that was originally put together by a company that sold those pedometer graphs.
Well, I don't, every iPhone has, a built-in one, so I don't know why that's.
Yeah. It's no, that's exactly it. Unfortunately, a lot of these things are out of your control. There's certainly environmental, depending on what lifestyle you choose there. If you choose a very hard lifestyle, that's not going to help your cause. But the other side of the coin is some of it is down to genetics. It's the lotto of life, the casino in the sky, the big casino
in the sky. Doesn't it look big? It looks big on me.
Looks excellent. Looks excellent.
All right. I thought it looked
great. It looks great on you.
Thank you.
How could you not be happy with that? How could you not be happy with that?
You know what? I am happy with it, but and I understand why Mike sold it versus the watches that you kept, Mike. But the good thing about this watch is you can always buy this back.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's why it was the sacrificial lamb.
That's right. Because you know why? You probably got out everything that you paid for it, and if you need to buy it back, if you're patient and you shop, you can actually buy it back a little cheaper.
Agreed.
Mark, I have asked you this before, but again, if you can kindly answer this. Compare this watch quality to Seamaster.
The Pelagos specifically?
Yes.
They're similar in that they are both divers and they both have helium escape valves and adjustable bracelets, but that's kind of where the similarity ends. The Seamaster in its current iteration is aiming at a sophisticated, slightly dressy element. It's a very nice watch, but it has heritage, but it's got the skeleton hands. It's a lot of polished parts, whereas this is pure tool watch. So the specs on this watch kick the shit as a tool watch out of the Omega Seamaster. But you look like a carpenter when you wear this watch, or a diver. So I feel that the Seamaster is a more versatile watch, but this is the truer tool watch.
That Smurfy blue. That Smurfy blue is matte and it's there is no other watch with that blue on it.
But which one is the less shitty of the
Hey, Arch, I got to cut out. I got to go get ready, but thanks.
Hey, JJ, we'll be sending the link to you there. It's going to be a fantastic. I think you're going to have a great show there. Please come back and spill the beans the next day after.
I'll give you the goss. I'll come back with the goss.
Yeah, we'd like the goss.
Thank you so much, JJ.
Excuse me.
See you, JJ.
All right,
Thank
you.
Peace.
Mark, do you ever wear that for training dogs?
Yeah, sure.
So you're scared of scratching it.
Listen, I don't worry about scratching this. The only watch that I really don't want to wear training dogs is the solid gold sub, but I've even worn the root beer because the gold is kind of on the inside of the links. Anyway, I probably shouldn't wear the root beer training dogs, and I haven't done it often, but I have done.
I take my watch off because my Dakota's a real jump up on you dog right now. I'm working on that, Bert. So like when you're playing ball and you got to use 2 or 3 balls so that you have a chance to pick up the first ball, because if she gets back in time, she'll drop the ball.
Can I just tell you, in this book, Mike, we teach you and your dog how to drop it, so you don't need 2 and 3 balls.
Oh, she drops it on command.
Well, then why do you need 2?
She just when
Mike's got 3 balls.
She waits for me to bend down, and then she headbutts me. She does the jump on you thing.
Okay, so once again, I repeat. Anyway, I'm glad you're playing.
It's a great book. I don't even have a dog, and I enjoyed it. You know that? I don't even have a dog, and I enjoyed it.
What part did you like best, Archie, out of it?
Sir E.
Sir E. Danny.
Don't be
Archie,
difficult.
what best part you liked in that dog book?
It's just they're just like really good pets to have. You know, if I was going to get a pet,
I said, what part did you like best in it? In Mark's book.
Is he frozen, or is his avatar now?
The beginning.
Right, what happened in the beginning, Archer?
Yeah, it introduces all the dogs to the cast, the cast and crew.
What page was your favorite page?
Anyhow, the thing is this, it's a great book, and I loved it. I love reading that book.
Can I tell you guys a secret?
Yeah, I fucking read it.
It's not even in bookstores yet. It'll be in bookstores in November. Nobody has seen a copy of this book except for I got the first one off the printing press. So he hasn't read it yet because it's not in stores. It's not even out yet.
Good luck with this new.
Thank you. This is my first one.
Would you ever go into other animals besides dogs, like how to train polar bears or how to train lions? Would you consider that or not?
You know, my time with Surdy Danny suggests that I only have talent for dogs, that the polar bears and I do not understand one another. My time with Mike the Snake teaches me that I'm not a snake wrangler. Saad is something of a wolf in sheep's clothing. He pretends that he's not a wolf, but he's really a dominant alpha male wolf.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Appreciate hearing that.
Yeah, all I really know, I just thought, it's all I got, Archie. All I got is, I mean, like, would you switch YouTube to go into something other than watches? Would you go into like knives or cutlery or coffee appliances for this YouTube channel? Or are you going to stick with watches?
Stick with watches, hey? What do you
Archie, so let's see how this would work then. So if Mark were to train polar bears, how would it work? Would they turn up on his farm and say, Mark, can you stop this polar bear from biting, please?
can you stop it from clawing people to death? Okay.
I would pick up a chair. Yeah. Let me tell you what, some of the fucking dogs people want me to train, like, you know, okay, so like case in point, I had a long conversation. Nice people, but it's a border collie that's only 15 months old, and he has bitten everybody in the household to the bone multiple times, and he's been doing it since he was 5 months old.
Okay,
we want to fix him now. And I'm like,
well, have they been doing it with it, Mark? Have they been working it, or have they been just letting it?
No, they haven't been working at it. They've been sort of compensating, and the dog is a bit of a whack job, and now they want it fixed, and you know, they want to know, if we spend this money, is it really going to work? And the answer is, you know, shit if I know, let's try or not. You know, we could try.
Well, if they carry on though, that's the problem. You can do what you can do, but if they don't carry on what you've said to do,
use it.
Reversing it.
Yeah, of course. Use it or lose it.
So what's the answer to them in their case? Make it the dog an outside dog, maybe be better?
No, you can't do that in this climate where I live. We get like 50 below zero in centigrade. So you can't
put the dog into the freezer.
Yeah, it'd be warmer. It'd be
warmer in the freezer. Yeah.
No, well, you know, we gotta train the dog. There's some medical tests that I won't run on that dog, but you know, first they have to hire me. They were interviewing me. You know, and I was like, okay. So I let them do their interview. So basically, today I was vying for to be America's top model. You know, I was getting interviewed to see if I win their business. Which, honest to God, here's the funny thing. It's such a crappy job and so little money for such a crappy job. I don't care if I get their business or I don't. But
where was this? So this is for a TV show or what? What are you talking about?
No. In other words, by interviewing me, they're making me like walk the runway and you know, people who want me usually have heard of my reputation and they just hire me. They don't interview me to find out if I'm good enough to train their dog. And, you know, but when people treat me that way, I answer their questions. Of course I do, but I'm not particularly anxious for their business because I've got 20...
You're not your house is paid off, the Lincoln's paid off, and you don't give a fuck.
You know, I didn't want to say it like that.
Fortress of Solitude. Fortress of Solitude. You know that? Everyone knows you got 2.5 million. You buy a house with a 25-year roof, a Jap eco shitbox. Okay, you went for a stinking Lincoln. but we could trade it in if necessary. And you put the rest in the market. That's your fortress of solitude.
Thank you for calling I Don't Give a Fuck Dog Training. This is Goldberg. How may I help you?
Have you ever trained a Tibet Mastiff, Mark?
I have. Actually, yeah, it's a very rare breed, as undoubtedly you would know by your question. And I've trained 2 of them in a very long career, only 2. Frighteningly intelligent dogs. I mean, very humanoid in their thinking patterns. A very, very, very unusual type of dog. The one that I remember the best, this dog could open zippers. He could open doorknobs. He could turn the water on in the bathtub. He never turned it off, but he would often turn it on. And they thought it was all adorable until they had a baby. And then the Tibetan Mastiff went from being the baby to no longer being the baby, because now they had an actual baby. And what he would do is he would let himself into the baby's room every night, because of course, no, it never occurred to them to lock him up. But every night he would let himself into the baby's room because he could turn the doorknob and open the door. And he would do that, and he would select some item of the baby's that had touched the baby that day off of the baby's shelves or bassinet, bring it into the living room, chew it into a million pieces like confetti, and just leave it in a little pile for the people.
Okay.
It was his way of going, fuck you and fuck your baby. I mean, he was
great.
very funny, very quirky.
So, Mark, what do you think?
That dog. You fixed
Sorry.
that dog?
Well, listen, the answer is yeah, I did. But just as one of the fellas was at Saad was saying, you gotta, they have to do what I tell them to do, or the dog will undo the training.
Tell me this, that interview you went, so they rang you up or they came in, saw you for an interview?
No, they rang me up. Maybe they'll come. Sometimes they come. Sometimes I want them to come because before I want to accept the dog, I want to meet them to make sure I don't think the dog is, a complete turd.
So they rang you. Was it 2 people on the phone or 1 person? Who were you talking to?
I had the whole freaking family, man. I had the whole family on the phone. And what it was I know why they were kind of interviewing me, because their vet gave them my information. They didn't really do the research to find me on the internet and find out that I'm kind of, that I'm a somebody. So, their vet gave them a few names, and I was one of the ones that they were calling. Well, honestly, I'm here to help, but I don't need every dollar. I don't need every dog. I don't want every dog. I don't need every client, and I don't want every client. So when they
were they complaining about the fee or anything?
No, but you could tell that it mattered. I could tell that it mattered. And when they said, so for this money, are you telling me we can definitely fix this? I was just very blunt. I said, anybody who tells you for certainty that they can fix this really, really wants your money more than they want to tell you the truth. And I'm not that guy. I don't need this money. And
grinders.
Yeah. So, well, a grinder is like somebody who just like works you for the dollar, and they weren't doing it.
I thought that were
I call a grinder somebody who always, like, if you give them a price for something, or you say you'll give them this much, they always either want a deal or they expect more than what you agreed for them.
Yeah.
Tell me this: who was the decision maker in that family? In that family dynamic, who was it? Was it him, her, or the kids? Or the dog?
It really does. That's actually a great question, and that varies according to the dynamic of that family. And I didn't get a real sense there, but my best guess would be:
were they wealthy? Were they wealthy?
No, upper middle class. My based on where they live, that they would be comfortable, but they would be the kind of people who want value for money. My best guess is, in most cases, what I find is the woman makes the buying decision. The wife typically makes the buying decision for the dog. That's not universal, but that's.
How old were they? Middle age?
I would say 50.
And what sort of car do you think they would drive?
50s. That's a good question. Probably some kind of like a Pathfinder, a Nissan Pathfinder, or a Toyota Highlander.
And what sort of watch do you think they would wear?
Apple watches. Yeah, these would be more practical people. Apple watches.
And what did they do for work? Did you find that out, or
No? But I can tell you pretty much. He's middle management at a furniture distribution warehouse, and she's she's an accountant, a bookkeeper for. She's a bookkeeper for a chain of jewelry stores. She
okay?
operates.
They're doing okay. They're doing okay.
Yeah, they are. That's why I said they're upper middle class. You need to be upper middle class in America is difficult. You're talking about, you're talking
over
about
$1 million.
Well, what I would know, housing here is a good bit cheaper than it is where you are, but the dollar is strong. But I mean, really, to live decently anywhere near in a major American metropolitan center, even in the Midwest, which is cheaper, I feel like you probably really need combined family income of $150,000, which is it's a lot of money. I think
it's a lot of money.
Yeah, super chat.
Yeah. Super chat. Here we go. We got one from Phoenician Cedar, $2. Thank you, Phoenician Cedar. Just out of interest, small bit of trivia. You know, it was nearly an hour between those super chats.
You know what? It has. But we forgot to ask for them. If you think about it.
That's it. Phoenician Cedar, $2. Mark, are you and to fix up my stubborn bitch for me?
I don't do wives. I don't think I'm not sure I can help.
So, Mark, what do you think? What breed is it in my avatar?
I need to blow that. Hold on. Let me blow you up a little. Are you a Great Pyrenees?
No.
Are you an Anatolian Shepherd?
There we go. What is that?
It's
a wolf. It's a fucking wolf.
No, it's not a wolf. Are you an Anatolian Shepherd?
You're close.
An Ovcharka? I mean, what are you? You'll have to tell me.
Kochi dog, Afghan Shepherd.
A what?
Kochi dog, Kochi. It's an Afghan Shepherd dog.
Coochie. I mean, that sounds 30, Saad. I don't know the Coochie.
This is very, very aggressive breed.
Yeah. So you have, as many, listen, wealthy people in developing countries, such as Pakistan, keep dogs in the yard. Correct me if I'm wrong, but the estates are walled off. There's usually razor wire or broken glass stuck into the top of the wall. There's closed circuit television, and there's a big motherfucking nasty dog in the yard who's okay with everybody he knows, including staff. But if anybody comes over that wall he doesn't know, he's going to fuck them up. And moreover, it's more than just that big dog. Usually there's a little dog, like a wiener dog, such as a dachshund or some form of terrier, whose job it is to wake up the big dog because it's fucking hot over there. And that big dog is hairy and sleepy. So when he's sleeping and something happens, the little dog will bark and wake him up. How close am I, Saad?
You're very close, but this breed, they usually are wake up all night, but are sleeping at daytime.
Mm-hmm. Well, a lot of the guard dog breeds go on alert, just as you say, at night, because that's when they are less. They want to know what's in their environment at night, specifically because they understand the threats are greater at night, and that's by the way, that is genetic and biological. You don't teach that to this kind of dog; they just know it. They just know it from birth.
And these dogs are really dumb, Mark. They cannot understand anything. You cannot teach them anything apart from.
They have, yes, but Saad, correct me again if I'm wrong. They only have one function, and that is to fuck up anything that's not family.
100% correct.
Thomas Burnett, £2. Saad, if Rolex didn't exist, what watch would you wear? Good question.
Christian Modern and that.
Patek Philippe, I think. Patek
Omega?
Philippe.
Breitling!
Saad won't wear Breitling.
Yeah, right. Saad buys Breitling for the gardener and the bodyguard.
Fair point.
Yep. That would have been my guess for Saad. Patek.
Super chat. Where have you been, Mikey? Do something.
So tell me this. I wanted to ask you more dog questions. I'm really intrigued by these people who.
I don't understand you, Archie. You don't like dogs. You don't have a dog.
interviewing you. So they rang up, and how did the interview go? Like, how long was this call for? 10 minutes, 5 minutes?
It was probably 15 minutes, and it was because I had a lot of questions. Because what I wanted to do was to make a mental diagnosis of what's going on with this dog to determine, could I help them? If I take $500 from them for sitting down with them for a 2-hour consultation, can I give them $500 worth of value in that time? And after asking the set of questions that I did, I determined in my own mind, yes, I could. I do know what to do for them, so that it would be worth their $500. And the reason I want to give money for value, I do. I don't want to just I don't want to phone it in. I want to give value. And it's just a weird thing. It's just like consulting on watches. You know, if somebody's going to spend hundreds of thousands of dollars on a very high-end watch or on vintage watches, they'd be well advised to spend, 0.5% of that on a watch consultant who can really keep them steered clear of trouble, right?
Sure. Yeah.
And this is just like that. You know, if you're going to live with a dog for 15 years.
So how do you find that vet who gave you out, would you ever go back to him and say, look, don't give me name out anymore.
No.
Everyone you send me is a fucking pain in the ass.
Well, I do have one like that. Actually, I do. I have one vet who is exactly that way. But no, I would never tell her that. I just, as soon as I know which vet sent me the call, I pretty much know it's going to be aggravating.
Do you give them a kickback?
No, they don't want kickbacks. They don't ask for kickbacks. What they want is that that they're not responsible, right? They just want to turf it out. They don't want to have to like explain what to do because they don't know what to do.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's a great help to them to be able to say, call this guy. And just
would you ever work for a veterinary clinic? Like would you ever consider sub-consulting through them?
Well, I mean, I have gone into veterinary clinics and educated them on what they can do for dog behavior. But you mean work for one? I couldn't handle the pay. I couldn't take the pay cut. You
couldn't take the pay cut. No, you wouldn't be driving a stinking Lincoln. You'd be driving a 7-year-old Hyundai, wouldn't you?
You know, the Kia Telluride is rated as one of the best SUVs, and the Telluride and the Palisade. Those two are the best SUVs made these days, according to Car and Driver.
Yeah, it's funny that the interview, you ask them questions like they say, hello, we got your phone number from Dr. Watson.
Yeah. And what they think is they're going to interview me to find out if I'm good enough. But within 10 seconds, I'm interviewing them to find out if I even really want to deal with them.
So what do you ask them? Hey, what problems are you having? How long has it gone on? How old is the dog?
Yeah, well, yeah, all that. But then I start zeroing in to uncover their, not their lies, but their misunderstandings, the way they sort of soften and excuse. And if I find any denial, I just kind of like poke it and turn denial into actual recognition. And I had to do that with these good people, nice people. I mean, nobody wants a bad dog. Nobody wants their dog put in stitches in family.
Yes.
And nobody wants to have to euthanize a 1-year-old dog. And so people like this are in distress. I mean, it's really an emotional, huge problem. Because on the one hand, I'm a little afraid of this fucking dog. He keeps hurting us. And on the other hand, how do I kill a 1-year-old pet who sometimes, maybe most of the time, is very nice, but some of the times he's cujo? It's a huge, huge problem that affects the dynamic of the family. Fortunately, this family doesn't have little kids, but what do you do if you've got like a 7-year-old kid in the house who loves his dog, but his dog is dangerous?
Oh, you've had that problem before?
Oh my God, 1,000 times, happens all the time. And so
the dog is dangerous. He bites people.
Yeah, and these people are aware. They're very worried about the neighbor kids. They're very worried. This dog has racked up a bite record of 5 or 6 people, and they've all bled. He's not biting for to nip and to go, don't do that. He's biting to do damage, and he's only 14 months old, so they're really worried. How are we going to get?
What sort of dog is this? What sort of dog is this?
This one's a border collie, but they come in lots of different breeds. Super chat. I'll just grab this for one tick. I won't be too long. 1 minute. Oh, dear God, we can't even bother with the super chat. Well, Thomas Burnett,
I can pull it up.
do it. Somebody's got to thank him for this super chat. Well, you know who? Go ahead and read it, Mikey, and then we can kind of address it.
Thomas Burnett, £1.99. Thank you very much. Would any of you consign a watch to sell now?
Yes, of course. Consigning a watch to a reputed watch dealer has its own benefits. I mean, these days, of course, we are talking bad about consigning our watch to grey market dealers. I totally understand that. But it's also very difficult to sell your watch being a private person. No, it's very difficult for others to trust a private person. I mean, when you look at an ad while you're interested in buying a watch from a private person, it becomes very difficult to trust. So there are advantages of consigning your watch. It becomes very easy to sell, so everything has pros and cons to it.
I think, to be honest with you, in my own case there, I don't know. The problem in Australia is we're such a small market, they would completely cream you. If you don't have a hot Rolex or a Rolex, you absolutely get massacred on price. Like if you went in with a Tudor or a Breitling, I know people who've walked out with 2,000 Aussie for a fucking GMT Tudor.
Well, also, Saad, of course, if you consigned a watch to a watch dealer who then fucked you around,
you got to trust him. You've got to trust him. You've got to trust him.
Well, that's 100%. But Saad, in Saad's case, if he consigned a watch and things went bad, Saad would just send a couple of gentlemen in black suits, driving Chevrolet Suburbans or Cadillac Escalades black, or Mercedes black SUVs,
or Lincoln Navigator.
Yeah, black.
Let him complete the sentence, Mike, please.
But he was right. Lincoln Navigator too. You just send a couple of gentlemen in black cars to see that individual who would return with your watch or a kneecap. Am I wrong?
And what options do you have?
Well, we have much worse options. Our options include civil court, which is essentially
boring.
Exactly.
Boring.
Yeah, exactly. See that dog? He would have watch dealer red all over his face. But we can't really do that because it's very hard to buy off a judge here to get us out of trouble. In many ways, to be Pakistani royalty is to be king of the universe. I really believe that. I think
just very quickly, I got to grab this super chat. Would any of just two super? I want to go through these for Thomas Burdett to give him value. Thomas Burdett, £2 side. If Rolex didn't exist, what would you wear? In my case, I really think I would have to go.
Is your name Simon?
Omega or Breitling? I actually, to be honest with you, even though I'll even answer this, give him a nugget extra. If I didn't want Rolex, because Rolex just is so douchey in that, I would love to go Breitling. I love the Rancher's Breitling. I think that's beautiful. Doc has a beautiful those classic reissue Navi timers.
What about Tudor, Archie? Tudor.
I think Tudor's okay. Tudor Black Bay is very, very okay, but they got some ugly tuners as well. Next question, Thomas Burdett, £2. Would any of you consign a watch to sell now? I tell you now, I personally, depends where you are. I'm in Australia. Ronnie, Vintage Watch Co., I would consign with him. I trust him. Cove, Luxuria. And for really expensive watches, European Watch Gallery in Melbourne, Shawnee. I would trust them, no problems. Shawnee has been in business over 30 years, 25 plus years. Of course I'd trust him. Ronnie, Cove. So unless you consign it, you're not going to get the serious money for it. So I would, but you've got to be careful. I wouldn't just give it to anybody on a whim. Ron Chef, £2. Mark, why are chow chows illegal in the US? What are chow chows?
Small dog.
They're a fighting dog with super loose skin that allows them to be.
Let Mark
Okay.
Sorry.
See, well, you got part of it right. They're not fighting dogs per se. They are Chinese.
I'll bring it up.
Ancient Chinese royalty protection dogs with super loose skin. At the end of the day, they're not illegal in the United States. So there is no breed which is illegal on a national level. No breed at all in the United States. The Chow is rare. They are kind of dickhead dogs. Not all
Are they
of them.
expensive?
Well, they're rare, somewhat they're expensive, but all the ones that I've met bit human beings. You know, they tend to they tend towards aggressive, but they are not banned. The only breed that is banned here or there, and not on a national basis, but on a municipal basis, are pit bulls, and that would
Rottweilers have this problem also.
That would be on a municipal basis. Chows are not banned on a national level.
One way to tell a true Chow or a
their tongue is not all black. Their tongue is not. Their tongue is not. Their tongue is not. Their tongue is not always black.
No, or purple at least.
Not always.
Okay.
Often, but not always.
Okay.
There you have it.
So these are quite violent dogs, or what are they?
They're just kind of grumpy.
They're like pit bulls almost.
No, well, dear God, no, they're not almost like pit bulls.
I like the way Mike's arguing with this. We got the world's biggest dog.
You don't think we have a
We've got the leading dog expert.
Listen, Mike, I'm not going to argue with you about lathe work and resin and
no, I'm just asking
wood, but you're in my workshop now, and you're a little dangerous. You know,
I'll stop commenting.
A little information can be dangerous. The temperamentally, they are not at all like pit bulls, but they can be grumpy. Typically, not as much with dogs, but typically human grumpy. Whereas pit bulls, if there's a problem with a pit bull, it's usually going to be the other way around.
Interesting stuff.
Anyway, they're not too popular these days for a couple reasons. One, tremendous amount of hair. Secondly, they tend to bite. So not too many people have them these days. And no, they're not illegal.
They are not illegal. There we go. That's answered the question.
You know what? I'll tell you who has some of the most restrictive dog laws is Canada. And not on a national basis, but on a municipal basis. Toronto has some very, very strict dog laws. They require muzzles for certain breeds. They're not allowed out of the house without them. They don't really necessarily enforce that heavily, but there's a lot of breeds, not just one or two, but a lot of breeds in Toronto that have a muzzle restriction. Take them out of the house, you got to muzzle them.
Wow. Amazing stuff. Amazing stuff. It's very, very, very good stuff there. I got to tell you something, Marky. Have you ever said to clients, look, I'm sorry, I don't want to train your dog. I'm sorry.
Yes.
How do you say that to somebody?
Well, it's just exactly like that. Look, I offer a range of services, which includes boarding school. They can come live with me. But if the dog is going to be miserable in my kennel or make me miserable trying to handle him in my kennel, although I could train him, I don't need the money. So the answer is I'm not taking your dog into my boarding school.
Have people taken it badly? Have people taken it badly?
Of course.
What? My dog's not good enough for your fancy boarding school?
No.
How have people said it to you? What have you said? Is it normally the owners or the dogs that's the problem? Is it the owner? That's the problem?
Listen, I just rejected a dog specifically due to the owners. Just because they were just too difficult. I'd want to listen.
What nationality were they for starters? What give me the. I want to know the.
No idea.
Okay,
it's not a nationality issue.
And what was the problem? How old were they?
America's a melting pot. Middle age.
How old were they?
Middle age.
What sort of car?
40 to 50. I don't know. I never saw their car. They just were texting me. Most of this was done by text, a little bit of phone, but mostly text over the course of 6 months. They would ask questions, disappear, and then eventually they want to sign up, but they want to alter my contract. They want to negotiate prices a little bit. They want special consideration for the dog. He's going to be on a special diet, so you're going to need to cook for him. It just went on and on and on and on and on. And finally, I had to inform them that I've decided that you will be happier with another dog trainer who isn't me.
How
And
did
then I
they
thought,
handle that?
well, they said that makes us very sad. Can we please speak about this on the phone? And I just didn't answer that because I was finished.
I see.
Mm.
So I see. So they basically wasted your time, came back, went away, come back, went away. That's interesting. And then
Here's the thing. I could have gotten their money and the sale would have been $3,600. And I know I could have gotten it. But that kind of client will suck $4,000 worth of energy out of you for their $3,600 expense. So it wasn't worth it.
yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, look, Archie, you're going to know exactly what I mean. How is it when you try and sell watches to the punters?
Actually, it's funny you say that. Okay, let me tell you this story, right? And it's a good tie-in, dogs to watches. Look at this, Mike. This is professionalism at its best. See, we've gone from dog talk, we're transitioning. It's like a keychains in a song, you know, a keychain. So basically, I had this guy who was a bit of a pain in the ass, and he came to me. He wanted to buy one of my Pateks. This was a couple years ago, and he knew what I paid for it, but I had invested money in the watch. I had got papers. I got the certificate from Patek. The buckle was damaged. I got a replacement buckle. I got a new strap. I spent money in it, and I was trying to make a profit, right? A modest profit. But he wanted it at my cost with all the add-ons without. And I said, okay, it doesn't work like that. Walk away. Rancher's just joined the stream. Hello, Rancher. And then, you know what happened? Then he came back to me and he wanted to buy my latest Patek. And I said, and the other thing is too, I saw him too. He was a real pain in the ass. I was in a watch dealer friend of mine who he brought the watch back and said, the lume on the hands is different to the dial. Which is it was a modern watch. It was just smidgen because they're different processes. It's just so pedantic. And I thought, you know what?
Fuck you. That's what you thought.
I
Fuck
don't
you.
need to sell my watch to you because I know in 6 months later or a month later, you'll come back and say, look, I've done the deal, but I'm not happy. I don't give. If you want the watch, you pay, and that's it. I don't want you. I don't want to deal with you.
Fuck you and the horse that you rode in on. Fuck you and the horse that you rode in
and
on.
I didn't mean it in a nasty way. Well, actually, I did. But
of course,
but you know what I'm saying, don't you?
I
You
do.
can just
There are
tell
some people you
are
just
trouble.
cannot fucking trade with because it will suck the life right out of your soul.
Yeah, they're called grinders.
And
good point, Mikey.
In all honesty, I think sometimes you've got to know who to walk away from in business. You have customers who you've just got to. You don't want every customer that's there. You know, you've got to.
You know what? Ooh, that is important. What you just said. You don't want every customer because there is such a thing as good money, but there is also such a thing as bad money. Money you will regret taking. Money that will suck more money out of you or the life right out of you. Take the good money. No, thank you to the bad money. Super chat.
And here we go. We got another super chat. Thank you so much there. And we got Clive in the crowd there. We got P. Clan, Australia's smartest man. Mark, doesn't jamming something hard repeatedly damage the anus?
See, no, this is bad money.
It's bad money. There you go. That's an example of bad money. And we got Thomas G, €2 super chat. Speaking of super chat, we got the Rancher in. Speaking of bad money, tell us a story for yourself of customers you have declined.
Oh, you got to have plenty, Rancher.
Yes.
Clyde.
Hello, Rancher.
Clyde.
Where's he gone?
Clyde's I'll be back. Clyde, when you come back.
He's on mute. He's on mute. I'd like to hear a story.
All right. We want to hear, Clyde, you're muted, but we want to hear about some criminal that was so bad that you didn't even want his money.
If you don't,
I bet it was a divorce case.
Don't get off, you're gone. Oh, fuck.
What's happening?
I don't know. I'm just saying, if you don't get on, you're gone. I can imagine the promises there.
You know, Mark, in our environment, customers are so difficult to get that we don't even look at good customers or bad customers. We just take customers.
Well, when we
eventually, once you've had success, you then get to pick your customers.
You do.
I understand.
Yeah, and Saad, there have been points in my life where I needed the money, so I took whatever shit came in the door. and
Got
then
it.
you just made it work. You just made it work. But
I got to tell you, Mark, I think that's a very defining moment in your life there, when you actually say, I'm not going to take all customers who come to me.
it's such a relief when I can tell, when I made the decision a while ago that if I was taking dogs who bite people, that I was only going to take the little ones. But people who have biting dogs, I mean, when I say take them, I mean take them into my, into my
you can,
and live with them.
Yeah.
But the people who have the bigger, more dangerous biting dogs, you got to remember something. I'm older than I used to be, and I'm not as fast or as strong, I'm sure, as I was when I was younger. So now, if you're going to bring me the 85-pound biting dog, I will help you. I have a product. I have a service for you. You'll have to come and go for lessons. But he's not going to live here, and I'm not going to just like wave the magic wand and fix it for you. You're going to have to participate in the process. Some of them go for that. Most of them don't. Most of them just can't be bothered, and they'd rather give you much more money and have you fix it all on your own time. But I don't need that anymore. I'm dealing with nicer dogs that I'm living with nicer dogs, and the biters, well, you need to come in here for a couple of hours every few weeks and then go home with them. And I'll tell you
Have you ever prescribed antidepressants to any dogs?
So I didn't go to medical school, Saad. My mother didn't pay for that, and therefore I'm not allowed to prescribe. However, there have been cases where I have recognized the need and have sent the client to the veterinarian for that discussion.
Well, you mean dogs have depression? What the fuck?
No. Hold on. I'll explain it more thoroughly in a second. But Saad, it is more common that I send them to the veterinarian to discuss removing the psychotropic drugs from the dog. In this country, it has become very common to prescribe Prozac and other serotonin reuptake inhibitors for dogs for aggression and bad behavior, but it's attempting to chemically train the dog, and in most cases, it doesn't work, Archie or Saad. It just doesn't usually work. So more often than not, I'm recommending a weaning and removal, along with training. But I have seen cases where I was convinced that psychotropic drugs could help, and in those cases, they usually do.
Here's a super chat from Toyota Mo, $5. Mark, how often do you have to fix the customer and not the dog?
No, that's at least
good question.
Sure, at least 50% of the time, if not more. And I love those cases because the dog looks at me once the person leaves and goes, I can't help it, they're crazy. And I tell the dog, well, they're gone now. You and I get along fine. And then when they come back, I'll clue them in. And that's what I do. But dogs are much easier to work with than people, much, much easier, because you tell a dog, look, man, this is what's going to get you the reward. And the dog says, okay, well, fine. And then that's what I'm going to do. But people are creatures of habit, so they're much more difficult.
I see. So you must be happy then. You get to pick and choose the clients.
It's a good life, man.
Right?
It's a good life.
Look, come on.
I showed you the book. I showed you, this is my latest book, shipping in November. Mm-hmm. Here's the book after that. It's still in a binder. Like, nobody has seen this yet except for my family and my agent. But this is book number 4. It's not only not in bookstores, it's not even printed yet.
Could I please write the preface for you? Can I please write the preface for you?
Yes, please. Go ahead. Send me 750 words by next week.
A preface, 750 words?
Yes, please.
It's just going to be 1 page. That's all I'm going to put.
Fine. Then send me what you got.
But he's going to write the preface in blackface.
Super chat.
Would you put it in if it was good?
If it was good, sure.
Hey?
Super chat. Clyde.
Here we go. Eric L, $5. 4,000 pre-owned Omega or Tudor. Go.
Well, which one?
You know what?
Omega.
That's a good. The problem with Omega is you can get some old shitty Omegas. Some of the older.
Yeah, no, but current Seamaster versus current Black Bay. Seamaster, please, for that money.
See, the Omegas, they've really got some nice modern stuff. The older Tudors, how's your father? But I must say, it's not a I would say. Here we go. We've got another super chat here. Starchy, $2. Are watches back or never let Tim on stream? Wow. Which one? Your watches back. What's he saying? What's that?
Your watches back or never let Tim on stream. Oh, okay. Here you go. You got two choices, Archie. You get all your watches back or you never let Tim on the stream. Again, pick one. Well, Tim's not on the stream to begin with.
Yeah, I don't understand that question.
Starchy, we're afraid you don't fully understand the dynamic here. But look, if, for example, Archie, if you were offered all your watches back or none of your favorite panelists ever came back, which would you choose? Like
I'll take the watches. Of course, take the watches. Fuck me dead.
Exactly, because you could get a new panel. So, Archie, hopefully that helps you.
Super chat.
So Rocco Sales, $2. Mark, could you train Mikey to clean his room?
Yes.
No,
of course I could. All I need is control over his food and beer.
Have you tried other animals besides dogs, Mark?
No, I people think like
chimpanzees. Or...
I have a couple of friends who are very, very, very well-known animal trainers, and they have huge IMDb's. These are guys that have worked on, with like Tom Cruise and Mission Impossible and what the Pirates of the Caribbean, Johnny Depp, like have done all the animals, the monkeys. And
have you met Johnny Depp?
No, I have not. But I'm just saying I have friends who have worked on movies like that and who do multiple species. I only ever knew one species, and I was only ever interested in one, which is the dog. It's the only thing. That's my interest. It's my only expertise. So I'm not a well-rounded animal trainer. I am not.
Let's face it, you've gained practical experience with one other species.
Well, that's true. You're referring to the Minotaur, of course. And I have learned to wrangle, and I've also learned to wrangle the rancher, which is no easy feat.
The rancher, yes.
Ranchers are very stubborn. They're very difficult.
He is incredibly stubborn. It's a difficult rancher to train, don't you think?
Clyde, have you ever turned down, have you ever had a client come to you? Now, I know as an officer of the court, you have to be very careful and circumspect.
Of course.
In your speech here. We understand that. But has there been an occasion when somebody came to you for representation and you had to say no?
Tons.
There you go. And I would think so.
What makes you turn them down?
If they're just going to, frankly, if they're just going to be a huge pain in the ass to deal with.
How do you, and by the way, that's my criteria too.
Or if they're born.
Yeah. So, but like, how can you tell? I mean, it's experience. I know that. But what's
horns? That's how you tell the second one.
The horns, yes. But other than the horns, what are you looking for?
Well, are they having growths like on equal opposite sides of the forehead and like equidistically spaced? Like are the horns coming in?
Super chat, saved by the super chat.
Starchy, $2. I meant never have Tim come onto your stream.
Okay, which would you prefer? I understand. You had all your watches back, or we could turn back time. And when Tim said, "Can I come onto your stream?" you said no. So Tim never became anything.
To be honest with you, I think irrespective, we made a lot of money out of Tim coming on the stream, the drama, the thing. I definitely want the watches back.
Right, understood. So Archie, between those two, definitely we want.
I want the stuff back.
We want the watches back. Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
5 identical Pateks. I mean, how do you get over losing 5 identical Pateks and a Christmas song? Right,
exactly. Yeah, no, it is what it is, Yeah. But rancher,
there's a positive thing about everything, really. That really means because you lost 5 identical Pateks, but that means we really had no reason to come on your Christmas show.
There's actually 4 I lost, but anyhow, that's okay. Doesn't matter. Does not matter in the least. Look, I'm alive. I tell you one thing is you realize these material things. I love material things.
Life is precious.
Life is precious.
Even the rancher.
Yeah.
Archie,
we're gonna
tell Clyde how
get
much
some
you love him.
thunderstorms. We're gonna get some thunderstorms. So finally, the heat dome is going to break for at least a little bit.
How's the heat dome there in the flyover states?
Well, my car was telling me it's 107 earlier.
Oh my god,
Shit.
it's cold. It's hot here, but not that kind of hot.
Well, yeah, but your hot is a humid hot.
Yeah, aren't you? Yours is dry heat.
Yes.
Ooh, 41 degrees. Fuck me, Dad. 41 degrees.
Oh yeah, it's dry heat, kind of like the show, this channel, Dry Heaves.
Yeah, but listen, Clyde. My oven is a dry heat, and I make my Thanksgiving turkey in it. So I'm just saying, dry heat is not like it's a good thing. You can bake in the dry heat.
That is true. You can. You can also shake in the dry heat.
Now, Clyde, what are you buying? What are you getting? Have you bought any watches?
Yeah, I actually just got 2 yesterday.
I know. You want to talk about it?
Wow, talk about them. Let's get them
Not
hidden.
on this channel now.
Why do you come on here then?
Oh, to talk to you. I mean, to talk to both of you. I mean,
well, I answer your calls when you call me. I feel like we're on the Archie show. Listen, you're the motherfucker who brought me. Archie didn't bring me here. Clyde, you brought me here.
I call it share the pain.
Well, thank you.
Share the pain.
Thank you.
Yes.
But we're all good friends, right, Mikey?
Mikey,
right, Mikey?
Oh, you're talking to Mikey.
I'm talking to Mike the Snake. Mike the Snake. Wake up.
Mike, wake up.
Shit, what if he's in diabetic coma? Mike, we're going to need proof of life of both you and Coda. Archie, do something. Save Mike. Call Mike. Call 911 in Mike's county. Archie, you must have that information.
Yeah, no, you're right there. You're right there. It's
well, it's you, me, and Clyde right now, and it's like good old times.
Exactly. We had some good times. They were the best of times.
Why don't we reenact it right now, Archie? Tell Clyde you're no.
Tell me this, Clive. Have you got a dog? Has Clive had a dog?
Clyde and you have the same philosophy on dogs.
Okay. No dogs.
No dogs, no friends.
Interesting. It's interesting. I'm really keen. Would you ever write a book on customers that you've had in your?
Yes, that's what the. Yes, as a matter of fact, I would. I've written quite a book on that already. Yes, I have.
How about a good title for the book? Maybe it's not your dog, maybe it's you.
Yeah, it could be. What if
the dog's not crazy? You are.
What if I were to tell you it's not the dog? That book I just showed you has a good title, but I can't tell you.
No, that's okay. It's okay.
Yeah, obviously confidentiality is important.
No. It's okay. It's okay.
Calm down. I know Mike wants to know, but I can't tell you, Mikey. Mikey.
The next volume is entitled "Sometimes Suicide Can Be the Answer."
Well, here we are at 8:02 and a half.
Tell me this: how long do you think this? See, I will say this to you. The reason I got out of the Patek 5196, the white gold, and also the Daytona, was that I saw some of my competition and the things they do to survive, and I thought, you know what? Maybe it's good to have some money in the bank so you can have some bad days and not have to sell your soul to survive. And that's the beautiful thing. As Marky, you've hit a plateau of happiness. I really think you're a happy guy. I'll be honest with you. I've known you for many years.
So happy he's well, you know.
I'm a lucky fucker.
And even Clivers, I must admit, Clivers has come into his own being. He's happy. He likes his cars. He likes his job. He likes his life.
I'm gonna have to have the AC compressor replaced on the Red Rocket. But you know what? Screw it.
The Archibald Chesterfield compressor.
Yeah, exactly.
The AC3 compressor.
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
that's exactly it.
Well,
that's okay.
And you know how it is? It's an AC3 compressor. Do you know how I know that?
Well, here we go.
How?
Because it's not working.
Archie's
my
working.
God,
Archie. Listen, Archie works morning, noon, and night now. Archie's broadcasting now. In another 12 hours, he'll be doing it again.
9 hours. Yeah, no, that's super chat. We got a super chat from Thomas Burnett, £5. Opinions on Grand Seiko's first mechanical chronograph, the Tentograph, the chronograph with the longest power reserve in the industry. Will it win GPHG?
What is Claude, you know all the contests. What is GPHG, and did the Lyrique win one?
Grand Prix of Horology at Geneva.
Now tell us the story about how Lyrique would have won but didn't.
Well, the thing is, we need to probably ask Jim Tingler about the Tentograph because, I think he's probably into tentacles.
I don't understand that. But
right.
Let's go ahead and tell us.
Obviously, you use the Tentograph to graph tentacles. So, it's an Asian market, so obviously the Asians have a need to graph tentacles.
It's a good-looking watch. I must say this. I like the aesthetic of it. I don't hate that.
I'll tell you what. Let's just sit here in this video format, and we will describe the watch to everybody.
No, we're going to take a look at it, Clint.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, calm down. We're going to take a look because it gives us a little watch chat.
Here we go. Look at this. It's beautiful. What's wrong with that?
That's not an ugly watch. I have to admit, that is a nice looking watch.
And I'll just be one tick.
There we go.
And
Clyde, it's you and me. What are we going to do with the show? Shall we hijack it? What do we do now?
Sync. Oh wait, he's still listening. No, he's not.
No, I don't think he's listening, Clyde. What would you like the punters to do right now, Clyde?
You see, I don't know. No, considering he's got so much personal, I want to sneak up behind him and kick him and punch him in the kidneys, but unfortunately, he's got some. A, they're rather large kidneys. B, they're probably already inflamed. C, he's going through some personal shit. So no, I'm not gonna punch him.
Okay. So what do you want the punters to do now? Do you want them to super chat? Do you want them to make comments? Do you want them to like, share, and subscribe? Do you want them to leave and go over to some other live stream channel? Do you want them to send money to archieluxury72@gmail.com? That's right, Clyde. archieluxury72@gmail.com.
Because we got my favorite Dis on here. Hey Dis, how are you, man?
Thank God.
He's beautiful. Just a cheery smile. I got to tell you, I actually fucking like this Grand Seiko. I think this is a nice. I love the blue.
It's got loom.
It would have been nicer without the date. I would have preferred it without the date.
We like the date. But the date is offset, right? And it's color coded to the dial, so it's not obtrusive. Playback, decorated movement. What's the power reserve?
Power reserve of 3 days.
Well, that's all right. That's pretty good.
Or 72 hours, whichever comes first.
And it's 10 beats per second.
Oh, so it's got a nice sweep. Got a nice little
the high beat. It uses the caliber 9SA5. And
how much is it? Because this is a shitter, and I want to know how much this thing costs.
Oh, it's not a shitter. This is expensive.
Yeah, and
it's titanium.
Yeah. But it's going to be like 14 grand. Puts you into like the territory of like real brands. How much?
I'm sorry. Okay. Yeah, 13.7 US. Fuck.
Told you. 14. Ooh. It's too much money it's too much money.
Now, keep in mind though, you cannot spell titanium without tit and yum.
Clyde,
it is a beautiful watch. I'm just bringing it up now. It's
here. Nice. But 14 grand, you want to, really? What would you do with 14,000?
Oh, fuck.
That's bluesy. That's bluesy money.
Yeah.
Bluesy.
That's bluesy money. I would way rather have a bluesy. I know it's not as complicated, but it's a Rolex and it's blue and it's gold and steel. Rollosaur, fuckers. Rollosaur, as opposed to Jiu-jitsu.
What do you
Rolex.
think this should be priced at? I reckon if this was about
$7,800, I'd buy it.
7,800, yeah.
Yep.
Even
I-
then, that's expensive.
Now, would you get that, or would you rather get the Zenith one that looks, the Zenith?
Just out of interest, there, 7,800, 7,000 is what I paid for. Remember, I had that JLC Polaris secondhand.
Mm-hmm.
What would you rather have, the Polaris or this? I'd
I'd
rather
have a
Polaris.
JLC.
Yeah.
You know why? Clyde loves this reason because it's the watchmaker's watchmaker.
Yeah, that is a bit cheesy.
Right.
But
Yes.
It drives Clyde crazy when I say that. So I say it a lot.
Ooh.
I mean, is that a nice watch? What do you think? It is beautiful.
Yeah.
What do you think, Dis? What do you love your Seikos? What do you think, Dis?
I don't like this one.
It's too expensive. I like it, but it's too dear.
Zenith.
Yeah, it's too expensive.
Zenith.
It looks
You know
like,
what? You got to turn up your mic. Something's wrong with your mic there, Dis. We can't hear you too well. Oh, you know what? It looks good on the wrist, though, doesn't it?
It looks like a cheap Seiko.
Okay, Jess, you're having problems obviously with the channel or your input for the channel. So go to your computer settings and toggle self-respect to off. That should solve any problems you have.
Can you hear me now?
No, it's you still have a minimal your computer's trying to maintain a minimal amount of self-respect left. Now say something.
Just a second.
Something.
And just out of interest there, the comments are not kind to this watch on Houdinki, which these people are used to paying over sticker for. That's a big fat watch. Price is heavy too. Nobody would buy it. That's a big fat watch. Price is too heavy. It looks like a $500 Seiko. Enough said. Exactly what Dis said.
Yeah, it's very cheap looking.
I love Grand Seiko, but this is just too big and too expensive. 44 mil, $14,000 chronograph is an answer
too big
to a question nobody asked.
Yeah, nobody wants this. I mean, people do, but not me.
Well, it's expensive. I mean, it's a shame because I think they've.
Well, what if you can get one? What if it comes down on the secondary market and you can get one for a market discount? If you can get it for say $9,000 or $10,000, would you?
I want to be 6 or 7, I think, US.
No, it looks aesthetically. It looks like a 500 Seiko. Sorry.
But it's the polishing, it's the attention to detail. You look at it.
Yeah,
with the
blah 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 blah. You can buy a bluesy for that. Why spend on this? I'm sorry. If it had like a nice, if it were like one of those seasonal Grand Seikos, the blah blah of the lake of blah blah, then maybe. But this just.
Himna.
Exactly. But that's just. I mean, it's nice. I love the hands, but. Not for me, anyway. Not for me. It's also pretty big, probably 44 millimeters or something.
Yeah, 44 mil. 44.
Yeah, that's too fucking big.
Monster. It should be 42 and a half, shouldn't it? 42,
Yeah.
42 and a half. That sort of.
Exactly, Margie. Exactly.
Also, do you want to be Eskimo cousins with Craig Ship?
Yeah, that's also. It probably has.
No, I'm not giving an answer. I'm just asking a question.
No, you don't want to.
No, I don't know. You might want to.
I have nothing against Craig Ship. Just
exactly.
You wouldn't want to share a cell with them.
No, that's exactly right. I don't know what to say. It's just disappointing. I thought they would have. I don't know. The whole watch industry has gone bonkers. Vacheron puts their prices up continually. The market's slowing down.
JLC, same thing.
That's just absolute lunacy. What JLC's done is fucking.
It's horrifying.
I don't understand it. I really. I look at and the watch market itself. There. I mean, it can't be going up on a trajectory forever. It has what goes up must come down, and there's some lunacy in this stuff. But I got to say, the Grand Seiko,
I really, God, it really, really, really pains me to say this, but I kind of agree with you. Oh God, I felt dirty.
You said to me you were over it, Clive. You said you're over it.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, Mark, when are you doing something on your channel?
Never.
Okay.
After I write my best-selling book, then I'll be back.
Okay.
Tell me this, Mark. Do you enjoy dog training or watches more? What gives you more joy?
Dog training makes money, watches wasted. So definitely, I was born. Yeah. I was born in the year of the dog, by the way, to a father who was born in the year of the dog. I was not born in the year of the wristwatch. So I'm pretty sure it's dogs.
Which year was I born in?
You were definitely, you got to be a rat. You totally have to be a rat.
No, that's PTV. I'm a ram.
Is that right? Yeah, that makes sense, though. I believe it.
Yeah, I do. He's always butting heads, isn't he?
Yes, he certainly is.
Yeah, he's butting heads.
Yeah.
What a great place.
Archie, are you a rat? What are you, Archie? Look up your
horned hegemony.
What was the year of your Chinese symbol?
I have no idea what even.
Well, what year were you born?
72.
All right. 1972 Chinese year of
the rat. The water rat.
You're the year of the rat, Arch.
What is the year of the rat personality?
Let's look at
the year of the rat.
Water rat. There you go. Water rat. There you go. Water rat. There's a gold rat. I got the water rat. Thank you.
Well, let's look at the
personality.
personality.
Born in the year of the rat.
Hang on.
Optimistic, energetic, and likable by all. ChineseNewYear.net reported. They're sensitive to others' emotions, but are stubborn with their opinions. Other characteristics of the year of the rat include quick-witted, resourceful, versatile, horned, and kind.
It says resourceful, smart, but lack courage. Rich imaginations, sharp observations. They can take advantage of various opportunities well. But in Chinese culture, rats represent working diligently. I don't know about that. And thriftiness. Men born in the year of the rat are very curious, so they try their hands at anything they can deal with successfully. Due to a lack of courage, as well as good command skills, they are not capable of being leaders, opportunistic and picky. Rats do not have broad minds, but take a narrow view of things. I don't know if I agree with all of that. Just some of it. I feel like you're working pretty hard. I feel like you're courageous.
Oh,
correct. Thank you.
Who else would give up?
Who else?
You gave up all benefits. You gave up the surety, the certainty of a paycheck, and you just threw yourself into the tubes and said, "What will be, will be." The chips will fall where they may, even if a little rancher into each life must fall. Now we should read up on the ram, because the ram.
It's a fire goat.
You are a fire goat. I'm a dog. I'm very loyal, but critical.
Creative, fragile, sensitive, ballsy, feisty. This is one complex individual. Fire goats are tough on the outside, but a complete softie in real life.
Oh my God!
These characters are extraordinarily talented. They'll fluctuate between yawn brilliant to thinking, I'm talentless. And they'll know, and they'll sort of do that their entire life, which is why these characters shouldn't be on their own for too long. They must be surrounded by people who remind them just how brilliant they are daily. Well, Archie actually does do that.
You're a horrible human being, Clyde, and I've never been more proud to be here. Okay.
Here's the nice thing. I could do that very. You notice how that was very subtle.
Yes. Well, I don't know if it was subtle to everybody, but I don't think
it's extremely lovely. They have a very genuine heart.
I don't feel like that was very subtle.
And they're fundamentally gorgeous. They can be difficult to fathom, but one thing isn't up for debate: the creative talent. They have oodles of it. Julia Roberts is a fire goat in the Chinese Zodiac.
Hey, listen, I'm born in the year of the dog, associated with dog-like loyalty, readiness to help others, and exuberance.
Mm.
So that's why I'm so positive, Archie. I'm loyal and exuberant and ready to help others.
Monkey.
That sounds very cool. Actually, you've always been a helpful guy. I must admit that. You've always been.
I've always helped myself. Help myself.
I got to tell you something, guys. You know, it's the watches itself. There is a great. That's how we've all come together. Is from the watches, and
you've brought us all together.
And the lady.
Yeah. I think watches are a great connection between us. Our wristwatch check. I love my watch. And
the bluesy.
Yep. Actually, I'm wearing the Explorer 2 at the moment. Explorer 2.
Keep the bluesy.
Yeah, I think maybe that 4-piece is a perfect set.
Stop getting bored. Don't get bored. You get crazy when you get bored.
You go crazy when you get bored. 100% right. 100% right. And Dis, yourself, what watch are you loving the most now? What are you wearing the most?
My GMT Master 2.
Oh wow. JJ's watch. Anthony Ferrer, Timepiece Gentleman, Insider does tell all and shocking expose.
Yes.
Wow.
Exactly. We're linking to JJ's stream. We are linking to JJ's stream. JJ's a good guy. He's on our side. And
I see.
Why not?
Understand.
Why not? TPG Insider tells all.
Hisham's been buying watches lately.
Hisham has been enjoying a lot of watches.
Yeah, what did he buy? He bought a bunch of shitters recently. Super Chat.
I like his laugh, don't you?
He bought an Omega. I don't know why. What was the thing? What was it? Clyde, what did he buy right before the Omega? Some other shitter. It was beneath him.
Here we go. The Watch Lounge, Machine Gun Chris, $2. Just getting in for the night. Beers, guys.
Beers, queers.
There we go. He's congratulations on his new job. He starts his new job on Monday.
I don't know. Should I talk about those watches I just got?
Sure. Yes, you should. Speaking of shitters.
I'm sorry, I'm on the wrong channel. Hold on.
Speaking of shitters, Clyde, what did you just buy?
Oh, sorry. I didn't realize I was still on Archie. Hold on.
You bought some watches. We always love to hear your watch stories there. He loves to tell the story of the watch. The man and his wristwatch. That's always a good place to be. Always a good place to be. Are you craving anything with the new book? What watch are you getting there, Rancher? Sorry, I mean Dog Trainer, Marky. What are you getting?
I'm on the list. I'm sorry. It always was it Van Lux who just got the celebration? Toyota who just got the celebration?
Neo, wasn't it?
Neo. I don't know why that always escapes me. Neo just got the celebration, and I'm on the list for a celebration. I haven't been kicked off the list yet, so I'm hopeful that maybe I'll get lucky like Neo. That'd be the next one.
You still got your Breitling Daytona. Sorry, Breitling with rainbow Breitling.
Yeah. That's a special edition. That was
Breitling.
That was one of 250. It was the first one that they did for the National Health Service benefit during COVID.
That's a good way.
Yeah,
we've got a super
we have
chat.
A biblical verse, a Bible verse.
Playboy Hefner, $2. Luke 12:15. Luke 12:15.
It's biblical. I'm not much of a Bible guy. So.
Guys, it sounds like we should be thanking our
Well,
donors.
you might be, but that's not exactly your testament, though. Really, when you think about it.
No, I'm of the Old Testamento.
Let's go through and thank some of these wonderful people who's made this show possible today.
Won't take
we
long.
had Toyota Mo, Ron Chef, Nelson Oliveira, NATO, Mobster, Tiktology. That's right, Tiktology. Malik Diamond, Tiktology, NATO, Box and Docs. Phoenician Cedar, Thomas Burnett, Ron Chef, P. Clen. Thomas G, Toyota Mo, Eric L, Starchy, Sirocco Sales, Starchy, Thomas Burnett, The Watch Lounge, Playboy Hefner.
Thank you for your super
There we go,
chats.
guys. We had some beautiful talk, and you know what? I really enjoy coming on these streams just to,
Shoot
yeah. And Marky, it's been a pleasure to have you on here. Rancher, it's been a pleasure. Mikey, it's been a pleasure. And
Well,
Dick,
I pulled up the Bible verse.
Saad, Dr. Saad. I mean, we had quite a JJ. We had Sir Danny. We had Mike the Snake. We had a really good crew tonight.
And he said unto them,
Rancher.
and he said unto them, take care and be on your guard against the horned one.
The sign of the beast.
For one's life does not consist in the abundance of ladyboys.
Are you reading Luke 12:15?
Yes.
Yes, he is. He
I
is.
thought-
He is indeed.
I understand.
So tell me this. It's Friday night in America. What do you guys got planned, Rancher? What do you got planned for tonight?
Rancher, tell him. You're up for one more hour and then you're asleep. Same as me.
Well, I might, just pretty much. I'm gonna get into my nice cool bed.
When does Satan's kitten come home, Marky?
He's gone off to see Barbie for like the 20th time. I've seen it twice, and that was enough. So he'll be back soon.
Was it worth seeing?
Yeah. I thought it was very fun. Although we're gonna see Oppenheimer tomorrow night finally, so I want to see that one. But
It's a very long film. It's 3 hours, so if you need to piss, you're fucked.
I'll be ready. But
Yeah.
It's a long movie. Yeah, I've heard that.
Barbie is worth seeing once. Maybe I saw it twice, but that's enough.
And what's the story in Barbie about? Can you?
Bitches
Bill-
rule. Yep, 2 words. Bitches rule.
Okay.
Oh boy, that sounds like a winner.
Well, the girls like it.
Sure.
Yeah. Barbie's become sort of a pop icon, hasn't she?
I gotta say, they this movie has grossed, and it's only been open like a week. It's grossed $1 billion. It is it has already taken the record for the highest grossing film directed by a woman in history, and it's really hasn't even gotten. It's just starting. It's not been open for more than a week or 10 days. So.
Wow.
I'm sure it's going to end up going multiple billions of dollars. That
And what's the premises of Barbie the movie? What's the whole premises of
Barbie the doll comes to life, along with Ken and her friends.
Okay.
And hijinks ensue.
Exactly. Hijinks and shenanigans ensue.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just going to give you some unsolicited advice, okay? Don't be sexist because the bitches hate that.
Well, Clyde, you're a wise man.
Thank you.
And with the number of ex-wives and girlfriends that you've had, you should be.
That's true. Oh, okay. Quick joke.
I know this joke.
What did Cinderella say when she got to the ball?
What did she say?
Oh man.
I knew he was going to tell that one. I feel like the punchline should sound more like this.
Coolest woman ever told me that one.
Oh. Who told it better, guys? Clyde or me?
Yeah.
I finally get
Wow.
it now. I finally got it like 20 seconds late.
20 seconds in Thailand, Rob. Squirrel.
That's enough time.
Actually, I don't mind. I don't mind that 20 seconds in Thailand. I've watched a few of his videos. He's okay. He's fun. Yeah, 20 seconds. He's pretty.
Do you know the one that I missed was remember Thailand Kevin in Thailand? He died of cancer.
Yeah, I loved. He was very cool.
I thought he was great.
And you know, one of the saddest stories is, I don't know if you remember Ryan, Boundless Ryan channel.
What was I know the name. I'm sure I've seen it. What?
He used to have videos on, he was in Japan, then he went to Thailand, and now he's dirt poor in Africa. Fuck.
Jeez. Why?
Just things didn't work out, you know?
The tubes can be a very fickle bitch.
Well, I mean, that's why I sold some watches off and thought, you know what? I just want to have some reserve.
Yeah,
And
you're not running off to Africa, though.
No,
but you know what? Listen, whatever you're doing, you have to look at where your customer base comes from and imagine, what would I do if it changes?
Yeah.
So my business ran for a very long time off of its position on Google. I figured out how to game Google very early on. The algorithm back in the early 2000s, the Google algorithm was not complicated. I mean, it was new, so therefore a lot of people didn't understand it, but it wasn't complicated. And I cracked the code, and therefore my website shot to the top of Google, and it brought me a lot of business. But I always thought to myself,
I'll just be 1 minute.
Sure, I need to plan for a post-Google world. What will I do when Google is no longer Google, or it just doesn't work the same? And that is exactly what has happened. Their algorithms have changed entirely, and right around that time, I came out with some dog YouTubes and dog books, which got me lots of interviews and podcasts and articles. And so that really became the thing that drove my business after that. So you always got to be thinking, what do I do next? What is the next big thing?
Mm-hmm. Have to agree.
Right, Clyde? Right, Mike? Right, Dis?
Oh, yeah. Right, sure.
Like this, would you ever just hang it all up and go work on a kibbutz?
Yes, I would.
Well, what kind of kibbutz? I know that there are different kibbutzim do different things. Would you go to a farming kibbutz, a manufacturing? Like, what would you do?
Farming. I'm into farming.
Yeah. So, what do they grow there? Pineapples, oranges. What's the
everything? You know, oranges probably. Oranges.
Why don't they grow agave plants and make tequila in Israel? Because I feel like that could be done.
That's a good question.
Because I think you have the climate. I mean, obviously you have to irrigate, but you are the masters of irrigation. Why don't you think about starting an Israeli tequila farm?
That's a startup.
I agree, but I'm just saying it could be a huge thing.
Yeah. It could.
Yeah, you should pay attention to it, because if there's one thing Mark is really good at, it's spotting huge things.
Oh, Clyde, you flatter.
I know.
Yes. So, what were you saying, Clyde, that people should super chat and send their money to ArchieLuxury72@gmail?
Yeah, you were saying that.
Or they could send that
to
Chicago Dog Trainer @gmail.com. Chicago Dog Trainer @gmail.com.
That's not my Clyde. That's not my email. That's not.
Okay.
Hey guys, I want to say thank you. I love you guys. I just want to say thank you so much.
Well, we love you. We love you too. What were you? You were a rat, and I'm a dog, and Clyde's a ram, and Mike and Dis, we don't know what.
Fire goat.
No, I'm a fire goat.
You're fire goat.
Fire tiger. I'm a fire tiger.
Guys, I gotta wrap this baby up. I will be back in 9 hours' time for the morning show for you Americans. I love you all. See you tomorrow, guys.
Bye.
Good night, ladies and gentlemen.